Hey Daisy, hey Velvet, hey Pyro. How are things? And also, look who's here from the beginning of stream this time around. Hey Coco, how's it going? I forgot to watch the TikTok yet, Daisy. I mean, if you're able to... The marker should probably work. Like, I mean, I have a command to set a marker on my side as well, so I think so. I'm sorry, Daisy. Oh, wait. I think I did, actually, if I remember correctly. It's the one... Yeah, it's where he's doing the somersault and then essentially landing so he breaks his back almost. Yeah, that one. Yeah, okay, stream markers work. Perfect. Thank you, Pyro. Yeah, Briar is such a cool team. I wish we could learn more about their semblances, like what they directly do. Already did announce the stream. Should have pinged everyone. I think it did. It should be. Yeah. Okay. I remembered this time. I'll try to remember to do that at the beginning of stream every time now while I'm still in the starting stream animation, I guess. So, yeah. I'm learning, and people are probably going to get annoyed. Yeah. Which starter am I choosing? Fuecoco. Absolutely Fuecoco. I'm going with the Derpy Crocodile. Plus, the fire types are kind of very on brand for me, so I feel like I'm obligated to choose the fire starter. Not going to be paying too much attention this time. Got homework to finish. No worries, Daisy. I mean, if you have homework to finish, don't feel pressured to be here, like, you know, at all if it's going to keep you from focusing, because homework's important. I say as one who procrastinated many a day in my time, but yeah. Right from the beginning this time, so you can tell how this is gonna go. Oh, and there's a TikTok above the Lorax one. Okay. I'll have to watch it after stream. Might need to remind me. Why is there no Snorlax spawning? Oh, wait, that's because I killed it. Right. Okay, I'm remembering now. Cat, really? Why? Why? Yes, hi. Hi. Hi, buddy. Ugh. Still gonna pressure myself into watching. The star of the show. Yeah, he likes to think so, at least. Likes to think he deserves all the attention. Okay. Everyone does love the cat. Need my daily recharge of pats or I will attack you. Well, he's not really the attacking type. He just wants attention as much as he possibly can get. Isn't that right, buddy? I don't know why he's so desperate for attention, but he is. Just a very needy cat. Oh, nice, Daisy. I look forward to seeing it. I mean, I love it to a certain extent. Like, I'm glad he's a loving cat compared to the opposite, because I've had a cat before in the past that you wouldn't even know we had a cat because it stayed hidden every moment of the day and did not like social interaction whatsoever. So I would prefer this. However, it does become a little bit much sometimes. For example, say in the middle of a boss battle that I'm losing and he's doing this, it can be a little bit distracting at times. And also the him wiping his wet nose in my ear does not exactly feel fantastic. Being wet willied by a cat is not something I'd recommend. Painting of the cat dressed as the Lord of Cats. The cat is me, my cat Sona. I mean, I feel like that's a little bit too dignified for single brain cell over here. He's more of a court jester than a lord himself. Hey Neon, how's it going? Oh, Neo Entertainment. Welcome to the guild. Can't wait to see it colored. Yeah, it'll probably be good. Cat chonk, yeah. He's not that chonky, to be honest. He's relatively healthy weight, but, no, not master moves. New moves, there we go. How's it going, Neo? How's your day been so far? Which of your darling Pokemon do you want me to tutor? Which ones need new moves? Voltorb already went through. I think I've already got all of them. Okay. And not being denied to the Chonk Cat. You can probably tell who's my favorite Ruby character. I'm gonna guess Yatsuhashi, maybe? Oh, no! Jean. I got it. But yeah, Neo, absolutely one of the best Neo characters, one of the best Ruby characters. Let's see. How much money do I have? Oh, I have plenty. Good. Oh, I have plenty already. Cool. So we need wing balls, as many as we can get, and then we should be good to go. Yeah, Neo. Yeah, the story in Roman Holiday is fantastic, Coco. I'm glad you finally finished reading it. I highly recommend, if anyone is going to get any of the 3 books released by E.C. Myers, I'd recommend getting all of them, but Roman Holiday in particular is my favorite, and I think like the best written of the 3. It's really, really good. 9 months to finish it. That means you took your time to savor it. Also, hey Alex, Jedi of Asgard. Welcome to the guild. Let's see. Do we have everything? No, there's probably more we can get in the Icelands. No. Not right, buddy. It's becoming the Icelands out here in Canada, too, isn't it? But you've never touched snow in your life. No. And you doubt you ever will. Hey, Real, how's it going? How's your day been so far? Let's see. Ooh, Alpha Basculegion. Or Basculin. Will it stay caught? No. But unlike regular Basculin, this thing won't flee. Okay. Give me advice for naming weapons. Well, what I like to do for naming weapons is try to find... Oh, that did a lot of damage. A weapon name that is kind of related to the myth inspiration. For example, for my character inspired by Icarus, well, I didn't name the character after it, so I named the weapon after it. But for characters in Ruby, they seem to name the weapon similar to what they want the character to represent. For example, like Ruby Rose, although she's Red Riding Hood, her weapon is Crescent Rose, more related to herself. So if you're designing a character, think about like what your character might like to name their own weapon. Or it could be something related to, as I do, with the mythological inspiration for the character, or wherever you draw inspiration from, whether it is myths or other sources. Naming is honestly one of the most difficult things for me personally, because I always want to make sure like that I'm 100% satisfied with the names that I choose, and that sometimes makes coming up with a name that I'm completely satisfied with difficult. But once you find a good one, it takes time. But it'll just make that character much more meaningful the more time and effort I guess you put into it. I mean, sometimes if you just stumble across the perfect name, like honestly I did with Serafina, I just was randomly looking through names one day, found that name, and it was just perfect and it didn't need to look any further. But when you find that one, it makes the character just that much more special, I find. At least it doesn't have to apply to the CNR. That's true. And like technically I guess you only have to have one of the names, either the first name or last name, apply to the color naming rule. I try to have both, or I try to have both names like together mean something more for the character overall, which is sometimes a little bit more than necessary. Okay. Hitboxes in the ice. I hate it. Silver and Lilac could be swapped. Exactly. Name my character, Cheshire Cat Boy's weapon, Silver Grin and Lilac Teeth. Oh, interesting. Those are really good names for a Cheshire Cat inspired character. I actually thought of making a character inspired by Cheshire Cat as well, but I ended up going with the Greek mythology inspirations, because initially Piers was going to have a Cheshire Cat inspiration, but obviously that's not the case. Let's see. Now that we have the bird, I keep forgetting that we can actually just fly around. Okay. I'm just catching Pokemon right now to fill up the Pokedex a little bit more and gain more experience, just so we can actually take on the endgame fights without needing to rely too much on items. Now I want to make an Alice in Wonderland theme. Wait until after Volume 9, because there's going to be a whole lot of Alice in Wonderland inspired characters. We're going to see a Cheshire Cat that's essentially the Cheshire Cat as far as we've been led to believe. So, yeah. As a team family, I'm making we're based on America and Canada. Maple Ada, the mom wife, is a moose faunus. Interesting choice. And one of her weapons is a hockey stick gun named Canuck. As a Canadian, I appreciate all of the references. If you do, Minnow will weasel his way in, yeah. By the way, one neat fun fact about Arknights, chilling over the world, there's a character named Flametta, who has traits of a phoenix, with one manifested in fire. Nice. What does Canuck mean? Name of a hockey team. Yeah, hockey is a big thing in Canada. Though, my only experience with hockey is my dad apparently, I don't have memory of this, brought me to the ice rink when I was 3 or 4, bought like all the equipment I would need to play hockey. I get out on the ice, and then I sit down in the middle of the rink, start crying, and he was so embarrassed he brought me home and sold all of the equipment. Never brought me back. So, yeah. OC with a sniper called a Reaper. Interesting. Like the sniper rifle itself is called a Reaper, or you're having your character be like a class of huntsman that is known as a Reaper type thing. That is also what you call a Canadian. Is that a name that people have for Canadians? I've never heard that referred to as just Canadians in general, to be honest. But maybe that's just my own sheltered existence. What did he expect? Well, considering that I was put into a class of a whole bunch of other kids that were about the same age, they get onto the ice, they like skating around, they are having fun, he was hoping I would be more invested into the hockey, which obviously did not come to pass. Ah, the rifle. Okay, makes sense. You'd just be magically brilliant at hockey? Well, he expected at the very least that I might enjoy skating to some extent. Which apparently at that age I did not. Yeah, he was not all too pleased. Every human is a Pokemon type. Counteract hockey members, you become a fire type instead of an ice type. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Though if every human's a Pokemon... No, I'm not going to delve down that conversation pathway of, you know, imprisoning humans in a Pokeball. That, yeah, no. There we go. I tried ice skating once. Could only stand in place with my arms out. Terrified me to lose unless I fall on my butt. Yeah, that sounds about right. Par for the course. I am decent enough at skating, but I can only skate forwards, and I don't know how to stop adequately other than just running into the edge of the rink. Or falling. One or the other. Alpha Mischievous, too. Interesting. What level is it, though? 61! Okay, that's getting added to the team. Okay, not the bird inside. Don't need the bird inside. There we go. No Pokemon around the mossy rock. It's quite cold when you fall. It depends, because if you've been skating for a while, you're already like warmed up and honestly a little bit sweaty if you're wearing thick winter clothes, and then it's not that bad. It's not that bad when you fall. Hurts a little, but it's not that cold at the very least. But you do have to be careful on the ice, because not only are there a whole bunch of sharp skates with everyone skating around, but also, you know, the ice, after a bunch of people have been skating on it, is not exactly a smooth surface, so it can get pretty rough if you go down on it, and it can actually, like, scrape your skin, which is not fun. Not fun at all. Oh, what? I don't have space in the satchel. What do you mean? It's full already? Oh, the iron ore. I have a Reaper Cloth, too. What item did I drop? Oh, a Dusk Stone. That's going to be very important for evolving the Mischievous. We don't need the salt. That's fine. I'll take the Dusk Stone instead. Cool. Hey, Murder of Birds! How's it going? Welcome! I wish Arceus had ice physics. I don't know. Ice physics are fun in certain contexts. Not necessarily all of the... to Dark Phoenix hockey flashbacks. I mean, luckily I don't have any memory of just going onto the ice, immediately sitting down and crying, but I played street hockey when I was growing up after that, but never ice hockey after that point. How's it going, Arnold? Haven't spoken to you in a while. I've been well, yeah. Had no clue you started streaming on Twitch. Yeah, I just started actually 3 weeks ago. Initially in preparation for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, as well as the OC tournament that's going to be happening November 26th and 27th, but then Ruby Arrowfell came out, and I beat that over the last 2 days. So, yeah, going to be trying to stream from now on. How have you been? I hope you've been holding up well. Let's see. I believe Chansey's supposed to be somewhere over here. What is angry? What? What? Oh, it's the angry monkey. Why? And that's not all. Maple has a pair of ice skates in her boots that has ice dust control. Special grenades that have black tar powder and syrup in them. All of the Canadian references, so basically maple syrup grenades. Skates called White North, a grenade called Sirwick, partially named after New Brunswick. Oh my gosh. It's great, definitely catch you when I can. I'm glad you've been well. Been drowning in Genshin Impact content ever since Ruby went on hiatus. Yeah, I've seen you've been posting a lot of Genshin content. I've personally avoided getting into the game because, as counterintuitive as this sounds, it looks too damn good, and I think I would get too sucked into it. But I have a feeling I'll give in eventually, especially if I keep consistent with streaming. It would be good extra content to stream just in general. So, yeah. Can we be friends, Neo? Like, in what way do you mean? My bank account would cry? Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of accustomed to that because I've played gacha games before. I played Fate Grand Order, for example. So I'm well accustomed with that. It's a great game with a great world. Yeah, the character design looks absolutely fantastic. The world being so expansive and as open as it is. Genshin just looks like a really well-made game. And it would be... How do I put this? It looks like it would be a lot to cover getting into the game as well. With the number of updates that I've seen, the number of different quests and characters that you'd have to get to know, the story and everything, I feel like it would be a lot, but still very enjoyable all the same. And because I'm a little bit of a lore nut / completionist, I'd probably want to play it all, and therefore I would get overly invested in it. If that makes sense. Let's see. Character inspirations are Blake's Hiccup and Toothless, Luna, Rabbit in the Moon, Kanoka, every fox stereotype ever, Clara, and Nyx, the Goddess of Darkness. Nice. Would definitely be a time sink at the start, yeah, especially for a new player. But as long as you pace yourself, there'll always be something to do. Yep, fair enough. That makes sense. Because it seems like they're constantly updating the game. It's very popular for sure, so I think they'll probably be updating it for a long while. So yeah, if I ever do decide to make that jump, I might might hit you up to try to get some advice for new players. Where to go early game, what would be the best course of action to follow, just so that things are slightly more streamlined. If that's alright with you. But I feel like I'm going to be playing Pokemon for quite a while, and then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out March or May, I think. So, if you ever decide to get Genshin, no joke. Sounds good. I look forward to it. Don't have a... Oops, you're looking for the books. Open world fun as a gacha. Oh no. Are the rates not really that great, Rose Petal? Genshin devs once said in an interview that there is no end game for Genshin, so it's meant to be a casual game. As mildly frustrating as that sounds, I think that probably makes sense, because then they can continue expanding outwards with the world and giving different quests and ideas and things moving forward, rather than, you know, to use the stereotypical isekai stereotype. Right, I need to go back to base camp. You know, you're just setting out to defeat the Demon King or something, or defeat the final boss, and then that's it. Do I have a Snorlax yet? I don't think so. I have not caught the Snorlax yet. When I was in the Fieldlands, it was already gone. It had already despawned, and I don't know if I could... I think I remember last time I streamed this, last Saturday, that I was not able to catch it. That it just kept popping out of the Pokeballs immediately, so I think I may have to beat the end game to be able to catch it. Characters are usually inspired by some deities. Chasm is based on Pied Piper, Anasia, the Rainbow Crow, a myth about Evergreen that don't lose the leaves. Interesting. Gotcha's annoying. Characters so far inspired by various characters you're a fan of. Yeah, exactly. I know, it's unfortunate, Shift. But it's going to be a long way off before we actually face God, so to throw a Snorlax at God, that's going to... There's still time. There's still time. Especially considering the game forces you to literally catch every single Pokemon before facing God. We'll be able to get one for sure. There's the alpha. We have 2 dark types, and fortunately I think Umbreon's going to have to get replaced here. As much as I like Umbreon. Put it in a box down there so I don't actually accidentally release it, but I want to get Miss Magius, one of my favorite Pokemon, and I want to use it in this playthrough. I just like your content and honestly want to be one of your friends. Inspired me to even start doing Ruby content on your personal channel. Recently posted a video on your theory that Adam may come back as a grim version of himself. Oh, nice, Neo. I mean, I just, you know, have to be careful with the whole, like, parasocial relationship thing. But, yeah, I don't mind being, like, online friends and talking every once in a while about, oh, right, posture. Yeah, that's something I'm going to struggle with. But, yeah, sure, Neo. Umbreon Noir. No. But what moves does it already have? Oh, it already has Power Gem, Shadow Ball, Psychic. Okay. What's its nature? Plus defense, minus speed. It's not horrible. It's already fast. Okay. It's workable. Bring it on, God. Funny story. I once said something similar to that twice, and thunder sounded after both times. Yeah, gotta be careful with things like that. Fate has a funny way of just showing you that there might actually be some higher power sometimes. Or that, you know, God has a sense of humor, at the very least. Let's see. Oh, it is a good nature for it? I mean, minus speed is, in my opinion, not really that great of a nature in general. Normally I prefer to sacrifice defense or special defense in favor of speed, because going first is often very important, but especially in this game where speed is very important for possibly attacking twice in a row or preventing your opponent from hitting you twice in a row. Another team you have a plan designed is Team Shiro. Yeah, Japanese for white. Okay. First 3 are siblings based off of Amaterasu, Tsukuyomi, and Susanoo. Last name Kumurasaki. The red-purple. Red for the color of power in Japan to drive off evil. Purple for royalty. Damn, that sounds awesome. That would be interesting. Because the Tsukuyomi, Susanoo, and Amaterasu, there's lots of different sources to draw from for inspirations on how to design the characters and what weapons they would use and everything to go with that. I would love to hear about those characters for sure. Got caught in the rain. Twitch not pressing the gas. Probably haven't even filled the tank. How do you mean? With Twitch not pressing the gas. Let's see. Aerial Ace, Magical Leaf. Yeah, Aerial Ace is physical, so no. Magical Leaf would be good. Right, Mystical Fire. Charge Beam accuracy is not 100%. Energy Balls, better. Dazzling Gleam. Fairy type. Yeah, that's a pretty good move spread. Sure. Replying to what you said. Okay then. Oh, yeah. I see it now. Yeah, unfortunately, I got approved for Twitch affiliate like a week and a half ago at this point. Filled out all the information the moment I got the email. Still nothing yet, but yeah, it's just going to take time. And then we can start earning channel points, and then I can commission the emotes. We can have that all set up, and things will really start getting rolling. But in the meantime, I appreciate you all still being here regardless. What am I missing in all of these different locations? There's quite a few in the Highlands. Let's see. Munchlax can spawn in the Icelands? Huh. Glaceon, Gengar, Chansey, Snorlax. Huh. Is there anything here? Not really. Okay. Having a good day? Yeah, it's been a pretty good day already, Shift. Especially considering I have tomorrow off and the new Pokemon game releases tomorrow. So, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I've seen people already streaming it on Twitch because technically the game's already released in Australia and they pre-ordered a physical copy from Australia, so they are able to have it and play it already. Unfortunately, Phoenix streamer is greater than sleep. Pyro, get your sleep. I appreciate you wanting to watch, but self-care is important. I'm going to be live like starting at noon Eastern Standard Time tomorrow and probably the rest of the weekend as well. Like, there's going to be plenty of time to catch stream. Sleep if you can. The fire cannon. Of the new 15 characters introduced in Arafel, who was your favorite? That's a difficult choice. Honestly, all of Team Briar, I really like their designs. And I don't remember all of their names off by heart, but the mouse faunus was very cute. I really liked her. I already have... Okay, what types am I still missing here? Okay, we have fighting, fairy, fire, ground, dark, electric, dark, poison, water, grass. Okay, that one doesn't miss. We have grass, fire, ghost, fairy, grass, electric, grass again. Okay, so we have pretty good coverage actually, and then rock and psychic here. So, considering that psychic, 100% accuracy, 80 base power. Yeah, psychic's just superior to extrasensory, so we can go with energy ball, I think. Yeah. We already have two grass types. I'll go with Mystic Fire, actually. Cool. The third Bunny of Death. Shiro is based off of Tsukuyomi, middle child. Himari Sunflower, oldest based off of Amaterasu. Raijin based off of Susanoo, Japanese god of storm and seas. Final member, Otome Kuro, Kuro being black, is a crow faunus with wings and based off Yatagarasu Crow. Nice! A lot of Japanese inspiration there. Sounds like a very interesting team for sure. Bianca Prisma, Rowan Ashwood, Ivy Thickety, Ruda... Yeah, Mikado. Mikado is probably my favorite, yeah. I just haven't had time to commit the names to memory yet. Because they were in surprisingly little of the game, I'm going to be honest. With the way that the promotional material showed it, I was hoping that Team Briar would show up more. But still, I'm happy with what we got. Yeah, let's go back to the marshlands. Won't likely appear at all today. That's okay, Shift. I mean, you don't have to be here for every stream. I appreciate when you can make it, though. But yeah, if you have work or school, especially tomorrow, because I took the day off specifically for stream, then no worries at all. No worries at all, my friend. Oh yeah, tomorrow. Yep, no worries. Let's see. Any wisps nearby? Could always go around and find those to catch Spiritomb. But, in the meantime, there's probably still a few things that we can just catch around here. Something's angry. What is it? Is it really just a Ghastly? Okay, Ghastly's chosen death. Only 3, arguably 4 appearances in game. Yeah, not that many. Yeah, no school, no work, something else. Okay, yeah, no worries, Shift. Like, personal care and personal commitments come first. Absolutely. Appreciate the Monty Python reference. 1 Velvet, 2 Monty Python 1, 3 Low Bunny. Sparkling rock over there. That might have a leaf stone in it, so we can finally evolve Voltorb. Let's see. Stardust. Nope, no actual stone. Okay. There should be wisps around here, though. Because I don't think I've gotten that many in this location. They should show up fairly clearly since it's dark. But nothing as of yet. Oh yeah, there's the Togetic. Oh. She has the Abomasnow, so... Yep, there's Clover. One of the Misfortune Sisters. You didn't even notice someone sneaking up on you? I snuck up on you, girl. Now you face the middle sister of the infamous Misfortunes, and this Clover plucks you. The face she makes is so angry. Yeah, of course, Shift. The bunny of death when angry. And 1 Mystical Fire should probably take care of this, I imagine, unless it attacks first. It does not. Oh wow, I way out-leveled her. Okay, yeah, that fight's decided very quickly then. Okay. Cool. Wow, so well at sneaking. Yeah. But she's gonna drop money and run away, so it's all good. I forgive her. Considering they're bandits out in, like, the barren lands of Hisui, where there's not many people running around to rob. So, you know, not exactly the best thought-out strategy. People in the Galaxy team actually treat you like you're worth something. Well, I mean, you have your sisters. Then Smoke Bomb. No, Daisy. I mean, maybe the connection's telling you to focus on your homework. That could be as well. Could be the unexpected snake from the sky. Yeah. Oh, 3 bags of Stardust. Right. You need to beat them a certain amount of times, and then they actually start dropping nuggets and things actually worth money. Oh, right. Forgot. There's Petalil in the... How am I that damaged already? How am I in the red? When did I get hit? What the heck? Well. That Ghastly has chosen death. You, sir, are not kind. Welcome back, Daisy. You've missed so much since you've been gone. I don't know how you'll ever catch up. Please don't close OBS again. Oh, right. I forgot that happened last time. I don't know. I still don't understand how OBS just closed. Literally, the tab that was open on my computer closed without me touching anything, and I've not a clue how that happened. Oh, right. There's Pachirisu. Little sparky squirrel. Gen 4's Pikachu clone. Because, you know, there's not enough of those around. And we'll definitely have the other one with Palmy in Generation 9. But we will be introduced to Pommy tomorrow. Catch another Petal. See if we can catch the Haunter. I haven't really noticed that it's that intensive, but it probably is. If I had too many tabs open on like the internet or something, it might go down, or if I was playing videos or watching other people's streams while I was streaming or something, then yeah, it would probably cumulatively add up, but I haven't really noticed it taking that much. See what Task Manager says? See, I feel like if I press my luck and I try to open Task Manager, it would shut down just out of spite. Knowing my luck. Okay, let's test if we can actually catch these stationary alphas. It hopped out of one ball, but it actually hopped. It didn't just drop to the ground and break open. I'm curious. See, I don't know if we have to wait to be able to catch the stationary alphas until after we beat the game. I have a feeling we do. So, I'm just not going to waste the Pokeballs. And instead, what level is the team right now? 57, 54, 59, 61, 55, 54. It's not bad. I still would like to have a Leaf Stone to evolve Voltorb, though. It's either that or we need to go around and start collecting satchels. Wait, there's an actual just regularly spawned Vespiquen here. Nice. Get in the ball! Yeah, the motto of every Pokemon game ever. And now it's angry. What else is new? I did not stray too far from the battle. Excuse me? Okay. Okay. Right, it's 25 levels under, so I should be fine. A single Mystic Fire would probably still kill that, so... if you're gonna be stubborn, you're gonna end up in the ground. Because I don't think anything I have can just do little chip damage to it. I'm pretty sure both Power Gem especially, considering Vespiquen is bug flying, I believe. Yeah, pretty sure that would just kill. I'll just throw Pokeballs. Aw. Cat's twitching in his sleep. Let's see. I guess I could also go around and hunt unknown at this point too, huh? What ones do I have? Well, I've got a decent number of them already. Okay. I want to cuddle Ember for emotional reasons. Oh no, Shift. Which star rank am I? I believe 5 right now. Yeah, halfway there. I think it's enough to finish the game. I think you'll need to be rank 5. You need to be rank 1 to get to Area 2, and then it's 1 rank progressively beyond that. So I think rank 5 is all you need to be able to finish the game. But I just want to either swap out Voltorb for another Pokemon or find a Leaf Stone to evolve it. Because I don't have one. And, do I have any Pokemon that I could replace Voltorb with? Nothing, like the Basculin. I have level 48 Eevee, that's an option. Petalil's 36, so I don't have a Sunstone either. Zero's 28. Apparently Ultra Balls have a higher chance of catching the Snorlax. That would make sense. Just haven't gotten to unlock Ultra Balls yet. I believe that's Star Rank 6. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Unless I have an Alpha Magikarp that's really high level. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I don't think we have anything to really replace the Voltorb. But we have a pretty solid team as it is now. So maybe it's time we do go on to the final battles. Five more. Yeah, nothing really too new. Alright, well, let's head into the end game. Why not? Oh yeah, there's definitely more fight. Absolutely. There's a couple more Dark Souls battles to happen. Probably only one this stream, though. Les, do you have? No. You might. New stock. Transparent mechanism, raspberry sets, metallic spread. So metal coat, an upgrade, and then raspberry. So no leaf stone. Darn. Is Beautifred ready to evolve yet? Apparently not. Okay, well, I'm gonna save just before I do this, just in case I'm not at the right level. But yeah, you know how this game, you're under the threat of death for just venturing out into the world, and then people come to trust you more and more as you take care of their problems for them? Well, here's how this all goes. Each of the Pokemon nobles became frenzied, and now each of them has been quelled. We still have no explanation for why this calamity befell us, but I'm glad to see it put to an end. And to think peace would be restored to Hisui by the hand of our mysterious Rift-born helper. When tomorrow dawns, it will dawn on a world restored to normalcy. At long last, we will be able to return to our normal lives. Foreshadowing. Go nourish yourself with the wallflower and allow yourself a good long rest. Don't forget, the Survey Corps' work is not over. It does not end until our people can live here without fear of Pokemon around us. Shift, no. So one final meal. Anything else you'd recommend? Bring it out. He never does bring out anything else, though. All he's got is that potato mochi. Apparently it's real good stuff, though. Now that Avalug's quelled, we can survey all over Hisui. Certainly has my reservations as to whether Avalug needed quelling. Well, I mean, given the behavior of the other frenzied nobles, it just kind of makes sense that the pattern fits. But if it means bringing calm to everyone, then I suppose we did the right thing. Hate to think what kind of havoc the frenzied nobles could have wreaked if Zelina never came to us. Still, even with all those noble quelled, the rift doesn't seem to be closing. That means Zelina would be stuck here? Guess so. Ray's face. Little team is certainly very practiced at investigating things by now. What do you mean the team? Ray's not done anything. We'll look into a matter to find a solution, I have no doubt. Even if we don't, you'll always have a home here in Jubilife Village. Please, remember that. Now, tomorrow's soon upon us, and it'll be another hard day's work for the Survey Corps. Don't forget what we've got our sights on next. Nothing less than a completed Pokedex. Pokedex as good as completed. How about I just tag along as your assistant? No, thanks. I mean, I guess I could leave him to, like, an alpha, like, Mamoswine or something. Just leave him out there in the Icelands. But that'd be too much of a hassle to explain. Don't sell yourself short. You're a full-fledged member of the Survey Corps. Don't boost his confidence too much, Professor. In any case, time for a hearty meal. Oh, look, a red shirt. Yeah, pretty much. Ember hasn't been fed yet. He gets fed around like 9:30-ish. And normally when my mom's home, she takes care of that. But if she doesn't... Bakum! Uh-oh, did something go wrong in the night? Oh, new mission. Disaster looming. That must... Yes, hi, cat. Hi. That's not foreboding at all. Not the cat, the... Okay, you don't need to shake your head right next to mine. I don't need to be whipped by your ears. What? Ah, why? Why must you? No. I don't need the wet willy, thank you. Oh no, the sky's gone various colors. That's not foreboding at all. Use him as live bait. Yeah. This doesn't look good. Really, Ray? You don't say. The clear blue sky has turned red and green. Isn't that a sign of good things to come? Okay, cat. What's the matter? What's wrong? Yeah, no, everything's fine. This is completely normal. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. No problems at all. This guy looks like he wants to kill someone. He likes the taste of the earwax. I don't know what it is, but he's just... He's just special, we'll say that. A single brain cell struggles sometimes and he doesn't know what to do. Some sort of dreadful energy seems to be pouring from the rift in space-time. Now the entire sky has gone red. Blood has been spilled this night. I've word from the commander. You're to report to his office at once. I wonder what he could want. Surely, he's probably going to ask me to fix something else. Dump more problems on me, perhaps? The way the sky has changed. It's ominous. Very ominous indeed. What's this about, Commander? Is it just me, or does Adaman look high? His eyes are just kinda... not all there. You did call us here to discuss the quelling of all the nobles, didn't you? That can wait. There is a more pressing concern here that must be addressed. The first strike of that strange lightning, the one that drove Cleaver into a frenzy. It struck the night that Zelina fell from the sky, did it not? It only seems natural to think that the two events might be linked in some way. Who are you, really? Just, I'm a Survey Corps member? Why are you so angry? Indeed, you've done all I ordered, but that does not answer the question of who you really are. You came from the rift, as did the lightning. You're connected to these frenzies, are you not? Did you think to gain our trust by quelling the frenzies you yourself brought about? And having gained our trust, what then? What is you're really after? Nothing, I swear. I just want to go home. Whoa. Hey, it looks like Adaman woke up. There's nothing to suggest that she's wronged us. Exactly. And besides, do you really think she's got the sort of fearsome power it'd take to make all this happen? Let me ask you in turn, can you prove beyond a doubt that she is free from guilt? So innocent till proven guilty doesn't exist at this point in time, huh? This person, this stranger, appeared out of a rift in space-time. Who here can guarantee she is who she says? Who here can guarantee she is to be trusted? Cat, you don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be doing that right now. But that's... no one can do that. You're asking us to prove a negative. Exactly. But he don't care. I was one to prove the absence of all doubt. Come on, let's be reasonable. What is Zelina supposed to do then? Get out. She will be given the chance to investigate this latest disaster, but not as a member of the Galaxy team. Cat. She remains a suspect until she can clear her name. There are those in our village who cannot trust a stranger like you who fell from the sky. In other words, him. And so I must ask you to leave. You are no longer welcome in the Galaxy team. Consider yourself banished from the village until you can explain these calamities, like why these calamities keep befalling our good people. Yeah. Yeah, how can you act so heartless? Don't you believe in her? Do not attempt to intervene on her behalf. I will do what I must as the commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. No, you're acting out of personal grudge. Oh, meow. But I have not forgotten your deeds, nor the unusual skill you have displayed. That is why I have chosen to let you walk out of here rather than clap you in chains. Yeah. Gee, great working with you too, huh? Yeah, I have some of those scary alphas in Pokeballs. You want me to just unleash them? Yup. Exactly. Orders are orders. And now here's the fun part. The game actually has you slowly walk through the town, like take this walk of shame, as people around you are judging your every movement. Like, this is a Pokemon game, remember? They threaten death in this game. They banish you from the village, call you the enemy, and, yeah. Honestly, I'm quite happy. I guess we should have expected this from a stranger in the sky. They blindly believe Kamado 2 just out of fear of the outside, out of fear of the unknown. Shoot him with artillery? I think that was the problem in the first place. Pokemon did that to his previous village, and in all likelihood took out his former family, and that's why he can't bring himself to trust people. It's time to release the money. Guess someone shot on his pillow this morning. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But, yeah, we're thrown out of the village and we can't come back. The decision was mine to accept this stranger as a member of the Survey Corps. It's only right that I should personally escort her from the village to the Fieldlands camp. All of them are coming with me. Mark you down as banned for the Fieldlands camp. Can't trust people? So he's pre-Volume 6 Ozpin. I mean, Ozpin trusted people. It's just... the gravity of the information that he had, when he told people in the past, he saw how they were affected by the truth, so he'd grown accustomed to withholding that. It's not that he didn't trust them, it's just that he didn't want to give them information that would, 1, possibly make them lose hope, 2, possibly make them switch sides, and yeah. I'd relate him more to Volume 8 Ironwood. Yeah, pushing to drastic measures out of fear of the unknown and fear of something that he possibly can't stop. Can't believe the boss would do this. You quelled all those noble frenzies under his own orders. Moreover, even if you did happen to fall from the sky, that hardly gives you the power to turn it red. Little do you know, Laventon, it was I, all along, who was behind everything. This is utterly intolerable, and, I might add, absurdly unscientific. Can you explain the lightning that came from the sky and struck down the noble Pokemon? Can you explain the sky turning red? I don't think there is a scientific reason for this. Though I guess in the Pokemon world, God does exist in physical form and can be imprisoned in a spherical ball, so scientific definitions may not exactly be the same as in our world. Want to slam him into a pillar? Yeah, absolutely. As a man of science, I must fight such illogical thinking tooth and nail. You must not. It will only cause Zelina more pain if you are driven out as well. Not wrong. I mean, Ray can go fend for himself. It might harden him up a little bit. There are others who might offer to help. You've been an aid to both the Diamond and Pearl clans. Perhaps Adamant or Irida might take you in. Afraid they've both already returned to their respective settlements. Start by finding Leon. Not sure where it might be. Don't die out here. That's an order. The kindest words to have ever come from Silene. Don't die. Meanwhile, when you first arrive here, it's just like, you might die just from a Bidoof out in the trial. I will ensure you have all you need to complete the survey the commander has tasked you with. In this life, you will meet both admiration and abuse from others. How others choose to view you is a choice only they can make. You cannot make it for them. Extremely wise words, especially for operating on the internet. You can't choose how others view you. So you just have to act in the way that you see fit and let other people come to their own conclusions. And then go from there. All that truly matters is you hold firm to your own values. Precisely. Very wise words. What of the dream I first shared with you on Prelude Beach to complete the Pokédex? That dream simply won't come true without you. Exactly, because Ray's useless. Smarten him up a little bit, and then maybe you'll get somewhere. Oh, God. Good, I can fast travel there. Hey, Ember, listen to me say that idiot who kicked your master out of town. Yeah, that jerk. Could go make him your scratching post. Yeah, I don't think he's really the type to go on the aggressive path. What am I playing? Pokemon Legends Arceus. Yeah. The Pokemon game that came out the beginning of this year. It's essentially Pokemon with a side of Dark Souls a little bit. Sticking the cream puff on Kamado? Yeah, exactly. Look at the size of that rift. If lightning starts pouring from it, all the Pokemon in Hisui could be thrown into a frenzy. I should have known that the only thing that come from a rift was disaster. I need help, though. I'm not part of the disaster. It's not exactly something I can do. So I wouldn't like to help you, but it would put Irida in a difficult position. I truly wish that I could repay you for quelling Cleaver's frenzy as you did. You must know that. But there's nothing I alone can do for you. Some food, some rations, maybe? Mai might be able to help you, though. She's a caring person, after all. Most likely find Mai at the Warren Bridge. A very significant place for her. Certain that somewhere in the vastness of Hisui there is a place for you as well. Well, good lord, I'd hope so. It's practically an entire continent. Or at least a pretty large island. There we go. Like, it's a massive island. I'd hope there'd be somewhere on this place that I'd be able to go. Because I can't return there. Go back here. I need to go all the way over there, so fast travel here. And there we go. Now... Stone? No, Stardust. And once we go over here, then we can continue along that path. They just have you running around to a whole bunch of different places at this point. My, what a frightful sky. Such a disturbing sight would be enough to put anyone ill at ease. You don't know what brought this about, do you? I'm trying to find out. I don't know. I suppose it was too much to expect that you could already have an answer for all this. Heard from our leader what happened. You can't return to the village of yours, can you? But I'm afraid the Diamond Clan cannot be the ones to save you. Yeah, everyone's tensions are high. They can't be at war with each other. Could end up at war with the Galaxy team if things went badly. I think you would regret that as much as anyone. Yeah. Great Weirder took a liking to you. I want to offer you to my support, but cannot help. Do not abandon hope. Time solves all things. Great, so I just need to wait it out in the wilds, and then eventually help will arrive. You seem to have a talent for making your own way in the world. I have no doubt you'll continue to find a path to walk. Ugh. So sad. All alone. I just don't understand why everyone is scared with the Game Boy screaming becoming the sky. Yeah. I mean, normally red signifies like the game over screen, so I can understand why in their lives that might be slightly foreboding. Aw, cute little kitty. I'm not talking about you, cat. I'm talking about the one on screen. Oh, don't look so offended. Oh, look who it is! The not suspicious person whatsoever. Strange events seem to follow you wherever you go, don't they? Look, it's Volo, right in the nick of time, almost as if he's been expecting this. I've been looking all over for you. What would I do if I were to lose one of my favorite customers? I haven't bought a damn thing from you the entire game. What you talking about? Don't worry, I've already heard what happened. A good merchant knows well the importance of staying abreast of all the latest news. Uh-huh, that's why you know, I'm sure. It seems you're in quite a pinch. No place for you among the Diamond or Pearl clan. To say nothing of how poorly the Galaxy team has treated you. Rub it in, why don't you? But do not worry. There are still corners of the Hisui region where you can stash away in secret. Yeah. I know a spot that will be a perfect hideaway. Leave it all up to me. Here we are. I know. It's no palace, but you know the saying, beggars can't be choosers. True. And now we get to meet shirking your work to come pester me again. Even beneath a bleeding sky, you never change. Always a pleasure, Mistress Kogita. But I'm afraid I'm not here today to learn more of Hisui's myths and legends. Not Mistress. Oh, she does prefer Mommy. Got it. Just Kogita. And this is... just mildly sus. Zelina is the woman of the hour. She's the one who quelled the frenzy of all the Pokemon nobles, believe it or not. Ah, the poor wretch you spoke of. Lost in time and space. Dear me, lost one. It seems I'll be able to fulfill my duty at long last, thanks to you. Duty? What is this you speak of? I am to guide you, lost one, for the task of preventing great disaster falls upon you. The rift in space-time must be mended, lest time and space themselves be thrown out of balance. You are the hero. This is your destiny. But come, you may enter my dear hideaway. There's much to be told. Volo, you can get lost. Daisy, Velvet, why would you say such things? I know not what you speak of. Duty the thing that someone does on a toilet. By some definitions, yes. Yes, it is. The space-time rift is said to be a portal to innumerable other dimensions. In one such realm, far and farther still from ours, dwells Almighty Sinnoh. The Diamond clans, the Pearls clans, neither. The expanse from antiquity to eternity, and the expanse to all sides, above and below. Time traces the path we tread from the here and the now into the future. While the space yawns all-encompassingly, surrounding us in every direction. You see, don't you? The two together, time and space, comprise all creation, the universe. Yes, I understand. It seems everyone else doesn't, even though both the Diamond Clan and the Pearl Clan have individually been referring to the giant hole in the sky as the space-time rift. Combination of both of them. Still, though. Velvet, you know you're not one to judge. You're not one to talk about this subject. Yeah. Hey, Fire, how's it going? Or do you prefer Chrome? Let's see. How can one claim that either is greater than the other, as those two clans do? They're inseparable. Exactly. Perhaps the truth is clearer to a wanderer such as you, one who has known other ages. Now listen, Lost One, here is what you must do. Hisui holds 3 lakes of great importance: Lake Verity, Lake Valor, and Lake Acuity. At each dwells a Pokemon said to embody one aspect of the mind. Complete the trials, each will set you, and bear their gifts into the shrouded ruins. There you may receive the red chain. With it, perhaps you can bind the world together. Bind the world, you say? You mean it won't close the rift? Kindly spare me your doubts, young man. In other words, pass off. I know the old words and what they bid us to do. How true they are isn't mine to know, and regardless of their truth, I'm bound to pass them on. How callous of my ancestors to leave their legends to their children without a thought for the hardship it would cause them. Fire's fine. Doing pretty good? That's awesome. Almost the weekend, so should hopefully be even better. But here we are. You know your duty and you'll do it, won't you? Not like I have a choice. There is nobility in knowing what must be done and seeing to it. And God agrees. He just called me on the cell phone. 3 lakes marked on your ARC phone. Mistress Kogita's got a lovely workbench here. And if you need materials, I'd be glad to help. Always happy to do business with you. What about the pastures? That is a problem, isn't it? What shall we do about that indeed? Abba! What was that cry? Have we a new lost Pokemon as well as a lost child? No, actually. This is help sent from the Galaxy team. It's Silene's Abra! Where did you teleport from? It's got a letter. A letter addressed to you, Zelina. You may use this Pokemon as a go-between to access the pastures in Jubilife Village. I've also ensured that you'll be able to utilize our base camps without issue. I have every confidence in your ability as an Adept Survey Corps member to bring this bizarre situation under control properly. Sincerely, Silene. Like, I really like the duality that was established between Legends Arceus and the storyline from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Because in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Professor Rowan is, you know, the Pokemon professor of the game. And Cyrus is the evil team leader, the Team Galaxy's leader who's trying to essentially tear the world apart. But now, flipped on its head, where Rowan, although his ancestor, Commander Kamado, is the leader of the Galaxy team, he's now the one throwing you out. Whereas Silene, the ancestor of Cyrus, is the one who's always on your side at this point. I really like that. So each Pokemon represents a frontal lobe, left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. In a way, but it's more like aspects of personality more than anything, more than like the physical brain itself. Good tidings from the letter, right, then? Yes. Visit the 3 lakes. Doesn't sound like an easy task, that's for sure. It would sure be wonderful to have a kind soul who might help us out. Quite the opportunist, aren't you, Volo? Such a consummate guild merchant. I've managed to reassure my people for now. Wardens keeping a close eye on their nobles too. Seems all's quiet for the moment. And so the 2 team leaders have come to help. Never give her away with openly aiding you. Just wonder where she went wrong. So we got any more enormous Pokemons? Not quite. We're going to in a little bit, though. We're kind of in the end game here where the skies turn blood red and we've been exiled from the village. Commander Komodo kind of sees us as the enemy right now, and we need to prove our innocence. So to do that, we're going to go acquire a mythical chain that can ideally bind the world together. Yeah. If we were to undermine the commander's direct orders, relations would grow strained. Yeah, he doesn't exactly seem one to listen to reason, does he? Long story short, we want to help, but without drawing attention, so it'll just be one of us. Me or her. It's up to you, though the answer should be obvious. Now I need to choose between Adaman and the Diamond Clan, or Irida and the Pearl Clan. My first playthrough, I chose Adaman. So in this playthrough, I think I'm gonna go with Irida. Of course you'll choose me. I was the one who got you what you needed when you first set out to quell Cleaver. You and I made his bombs together. Yeah, I'll choose her. You made the right choice. You won't regret it. Slightly full of herself, but, you know, she's adorable, so we forgive her. The leftover leader will... Leftover? Think again. She trusts me enough to leave the tough job up to me alone. I'll be keeping an eye on the commander, so I can let you know if anything happens. Sounds like magical arresting. Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate to what's about to happen. Probably in, like, the next hour, I would say. Lucky Chosen One comes with us to the lakes. We can fill you in on the details as we go. Yeah, posture check. Oh. Ow. Okay, that's better. Well, the first task will be to decide which of the lakes we visit first. But yes, we should get moving. We'll walk this road together, but if the commander were to get wind of it, it would only make things worse. I'll meet you at whatever lake you choose. Well, you two do what needs doing. I just drank water! When I actually get channel points and I update the, and I actually put posture check and hydration on there, someone's gonna do it, and I know it's gonna happen where they're gonna dump like 10,000 points into just hydration, and I'm gonna have to chug the entire bottle. Not looking forward to that. Yeah, it can be on cooldown. I suppose. I hope they give that as an option for cooldown. But we'll see. Oh, we don't get a choice as to which one we head to first. Okay. You know, I would love to learn more about the channel points and how exactly they work through first-hand experience, but Twitch hasn't given me that yet. So, you know, unfortunately. There's the marker. Okay. Now we get to go all the way over here. I can also set limits on how many times a stream it can be used. Okay. I mean, I'll figure everything out once I get access to channel points. There's no sense in, like, going into the maybes and possiblies at this point, because once it's enabled, and once I set the goals, then it'll be a lot easier to manage. We just need to wait on Twitch at this point. They say the lake actually used to be a volcano. Well, given that there's a huge crater essentially in the middle of it where the... Okay, yeah. Then it erupted, leaving a huge crater that filled with water. And so Lake Verity was born. Seems fitting. It's protected by a Pokemon called Mesprit. It was when Mesprit took flight that people first learned the joys and sorrows of living. Or that's how the old tale goes anyways. God, is that you? Oh look, he's showing memes to the rock. And it was so funny the cave laughed and opened. Welcome to the Caldera. Yeah. How many points will All Hail Lord Ember be? Ugh. 5 million. I don't know. I'll have a redeem for, like, giving him head pats or something, but... we'll see. There's going to be plenty of opportunity to workshop the different rewards and the things that could be redeemed. That cave, it just appeared from nowhere. Is that the arc phone the professor was going on about? Yeah, my direct line to God. What surprises wait within, I wonder? Mami Kagita seemed quite intent that you would have to prove yourself to all 3 of the Pokemon that guard these lakes. This challenge was never for the faint of heart. Memes are getting really powerful these days, especially memes from God. The air feels somehow tense in here. Maybe that's because the cave has been sealed for however many hundreds of years. It's just must that you're smelling. Oh, right. Quelled Hiswee's nobles. You can handle any battle. Let's see. Actually, Ice type, I think, is one of the ones I don't have. Because it's a Dragon Steel type. So I'm pretty sure Fairy moves are not going to be super effective on it. If it's Steel, then Bulldoze would probably work pretty well. Alright, let's try Arcanine then. For Seraph, how would you think each sounded like? Who could you see, hear voicing them? I don't know enough voice actors to give accurate answers to that, honestly. Throw a Pokeball at Ember Redeem? I mean, I could if I had like a plushie Pokeball or something. Oh, it knows Hydro Pump. Well, Arcanine's dead. Well, that was a poor choice. It is possible to catch the alphas in the fights. Yes. I do know. I caught the Alpha Overquill in my previous playthrough. I don't think I have another super effective move. Oh, close combat is super effective. Okay. The bunny will get revenge for the doggo. Get in the ball. Cool. Close combat will be able to hit twice. And now it dies. So I'm getting the ball Cream Puff. A little bit. There is actually a Pokemon that is based off of a Cream Puff. Swirlix and Slurpuff. So, yeah. That's the Pokemon that he would be. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah. When I watch you in your Pokemon battle, I feel as if there's no obstacle that can't be overcome if people in Pokemon work together. Let's see about the Pokemon of the lake. You feel a mysterious presence. Taking a break from work? How's it been going so far, Daisy? You made, like, much progress on it? Halfway? Most of the way? The bunny will never die. It'll only faint. You know, I like the lake spirits with their concepts and everything, but when I was first playing through the Diamond and Pearl games, having the 3 legendaries all be psychic type was slightly annoying. Your emotions. Share them with me. Sure, go for it. Use Luna on all the spirits? We fight an Overquill and I forget the third one we fight, but I'll try to use the ones that are the best type matchups for it. Now I just need the prideful Slurpuff gift. Yeah, I don't think they've implemented posting gifts onto in Twitch chat, because that would get a little out of hand, I think. I can only imagine how it must feel to speak directly with a Pokemon like that. Foreshadowing, too. When you fell to this land, what stirred in your heart? Surprise! You know, starting with a 10,000-foot skydive. It's a great way to start the morning. How did it feel to bond with Pokemon and work together? Heartening. What did you feel when you mingled with Hisui's clans? It's a wide world. You want to see the bunny go down. Shift, you crave chaos too much. What did you feel when cast out of the Galaxy team? Bitter. Like, what the hell, man? Take this piece of the spirit to bind the world once more. And we're given literally an envelope. I love how they wrapped it for you. Just Mesprit's plume. Proof that you completed the trial set by Mesprit, the being of emotion that lives in Lake Verity. The item needed to forge the red chain. Leave the hot bunny alone. Velvet. The hot bunny, eh? Good night, Val. Sleep well. I know that Pokemon spoke with you, yet the words did not reach my ears. It's mysterious, but I suppose when dealing with someone who fell from the sky, it's only natural to encounter mystery. I mean, that's just something the Pokemon can do, not me specifically. Oh, I can't teleport out of here. Looks like that worked out well, Zelina. I must say, you know an awful lot about Hisui, Volo. I suppose a merchant like you sees all sorts of things in their travels. Yep, that's right. Because he's a merchant. You could say it's because I'm a merchant, but mostly I'm just naturally filled with curiosity. I want to know exactly what happened in the past that led us to this particular present. Or more accurately, I suppose, I want to know where I came from and where I'm headed. I want to know my path, so to speak. Clan settled at the very spot where our forebears once beheld Almighty Sinnoh. But I've never seen Almighty Sinnoh for myself. It's a literal god. It's not going to appear before everyone. Weighty matters to ponder for sure, but we have an important task before us. I'll stay here. Okay, you can stay here. How many posters of Lunar on your walls? I'm sure if he had the option, there'd be more than one. It takes a lot to get a poster commissioned and then printed and then framed. So... backgrounds are other bunnies, by chance, Velvet? Let's see. Yeah. The only one I have is the one that Shift and Daisy made. Makes sense. Oh, Mesprit's plume, so the old legends are true. Then the red chain must be real as well. Beg your pardon, Kogita, but what do these Pokemon that represent the mind have to do with this red chain? And why exactly should it bind the world? Your doubts suggest a keen intellect. I see you're not your clan's leader for nothing. Without the mind, were the rift to widen and the very world to end, would we even know it? Very wise question. One might even say the world, time, space, all creation exists only because our minds are there to perceive it. Perhaps the red chain's purpose is to let one see creation as it truly is. What? So does the mind create the world? But isn't it the other way around? Or is it... Such are myths, my child, teaching us about the world in their own incomprehensible ways. They urge us to think more for ourselves on the nature of Almighty Sinnoh and on the nature of the world in which we dwell. If you ever want a t-shirt for Team Seraph, you can make it? Okay. I need to make sure to pick the proper art for it, though. I'd want to make sure that it'd be... Yeah, it would definitely take some thinking to figure out what design I would want on a shirt. But thank you for the offer, Shift. I appreciate it. You're absolutely right. Myths and legends are such fascinating things to study. In any case, all we have to do is complete 2 more trials and we'll get the red chain. How nonchalant you sound. How confident of successes to which you contribute nothing. You tag along only for the chance to gawk at more ancient ruins. Kogita throwing shade. Though he deserves it. Okay, we're going to this one next. Now we need to climb the mountain. So we're going all the way up there. Ugh. Keep going this way. Gligar, you can calm down. It's okay. And the cat disappeared too. But now, we get to continue searching out the lake spirits. Then we'll eventually maybe fight God. Just a few fetch quests here, and then the plot will get going. Only thing I found on the walls is canvases of the Ruby soundtracks. Okay, nice. They do have good artwork for the Ruby soundtracks for sure. As I'm sure most people are aware by now, I have a lot of different things hung on my walls. Here we are, Lake Acuity. You know, I've been told it actually contains seawater as well. Nobody knows why, though. Could be a fluke of geography, or perhaps it's connected to a Pokemon somehow. Lake Acuity is protected by the Pokemon Uxie. And when Uxie took flight, the knowledge to solve problems was born in people's minds. That's what the stories say, anyways. Oh, God is sending more memes. Look how powerful they are. The cave shall laugh and open. Ugh. You know when you drink water and you end up breathing at the same time and it doesn't go down smoothly? Yeah, that's not fun. Oh. Oh. A tool that can make caves simply appear from nowhere is quite a handy one to have. Ow. I wonder what waits inside. Well, probably the Pokemon Uxie. Imagine there may be Pokemon in there protecting the lake's guardian. Take care! And then just pain. Yep, pretty much. Existence is pain. Ugh. I sense a chill in the air. What is this? All right, Zoroark. Menacing Pokemon stands before you. Could it be the dreaded baneful fox? Speaking of, the Pokemon Company put out, I think, 3... Yeah, I think it was only 3 episodes long of an animated, like, short series on their YouTube channel that focused on Zorua and Zoroark in Hisui, and it was a beautiful little animation. If you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend doing it. If you ever figure out the design, let me know. T-shirts are only $20. That's not bad. It is Ghost... Ghost what? What is the typing of it? It's not Ghost Normal, is it? Oh, I'm in the Coronet Highlands. Wrong one. It is Ghost Normal. Okay. So Ghost type attacks will not work on it. Good to know. Samurott it is. Yeah, it's Ghost Normal. I know you wouldn't... It doesn't really seem like it looking at it, that it's also a normal type, but yeah. Nullifies other Ghost types attacking it. It's gonna attack first, isn't it? Bitter Malice. Not very effective. Oh, Frostbite. Let's use the Ceaseless Edge. Oh, it one-shots. Okay, then. Even an Agile one-shot. Wow. Strong move. Baneful Fox is a Pokemon said to be filled with malice. We were told stories about it as children. But they're so fluffy. You feel a mysterious presence. There's Yuxi. Yeah. Pokemon typings get a little weird. I'm curious to see all the different types of Pokemon in Generation 9, because tomorrow we will see, like, probably 100 new Pokemon. Well, maybe not all 100 tomorrow, but ideally see them all over the course of the weekend. Oh, right, this question. Okay. Come, I will test your knowledge. Combi, Zubat, Unknown, Magneton, Dusclops. How many are there eyes? Tell me each one by one. Not all at once. Okay. Combi, Zubat, Unknown, Magneton, Dusclops. So, Combi is 6, Zubat is 0, Unknown is 1, Magneton is 3, and Dusclops is 1. So 6, 0, 1, 3, 1. Tell me each one by one, yet all at once. I'm ready to answer. 6, 0, 1, 3, 1. Should be correct? Take this piece of the spirit. Yep, okay. Do you think they removed some Pokemon to get 100 new Pokemon? Yes. They... Supposedly there's only 400 Pokemon in the regional dex, in the regional Pokedex, and then you can transfer over, like, the 100-something more. So there is not a full national dex of 1,000 different Pokemon. With their exposed muscles serving as their skin. Yeah, only slightly. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure most Pokemon games, if not all of them moving forward, will never have the full, like, 1,000 Pokemon national dex. And quite frankly, that just makes sense. Because it would take a lot of time to code in all of the different sprites, all of the different Pokemon, and especially for the regional Pokedexes of the games themselves, they're, well, every single Pokemon wouldn't exist in every single region because they're all supposed to be different. They're all going to have regional variants, different Pokemons that thrive in different environments and things like that. Got some Subway. Nice. Subway is always good once in a while. I don't know if they have Quiznos where you are, but Quiznos subs used to be very good, and then they started cheapening out on the ingredients, and Subway became the go-to place again. That's what home's for a while now. Okay. They could maybe do a national dex with DLC. Maybe. It depends on how large they want to go. Because I know for competitive Pokemon, like they have the regional championships and the world championships as well. And for every game that comes, or for every new generation that comes out, they use the most recent set of games as their rule sets. So for like Sword and Shield, G-maxing and Gigantamaxing was a thing, was the mechanic that they used for those games and for those tournaments. And so having a limited Pokedex pool so that they can't actually use like the full national decks, that creates a new playing field for everyone. So the teams that were like the top of the leaderboards before may not be the top this time around, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe they're allowed to use just every Pokemon that exists, but not 100% sure. Because I know with Sword and Shield, they, even when the DLC came out, they only added, I think, like 600 out of 900-ish Pokemon. So I have a feeling that Scarlet Violet won't have all 1,000. But I would love to be wrong as well. Though that would take a lot to complete the national decks too. Why don't they just give us the red chain? Why all this running about? Perhaps they mean to test whoever seeks it as worthy. Perhaps you are right. Who knows what would happen if it fell into the wrong hands after all? Right, Volo? Who knows what would happen? Though on the other hand, what use would the wrong hands have for it? Who can say for sure? Maybe the red chain has some other uses besides mending the world. Why do we need to focus on that, Volo? Why can't we just focus on the intended task, mending the world? Why wonder about anything else, Red chains as mysterious as this entire predicament we're in. But if we continue visiting the lakes, we'll get close to an answer. Well, shall we return? Sure. Nice. Now, one thing I do want to point out, since I already have Scarlet and Violet downloaded, if I do stream past midnight, we could technically start playing the game, like, at midnight. But I'm going to wait until 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or noon tomorrow to play it, because I don't want to throw off my sleep schedule that much. So that's Uxie's Claw. I sense a warmth to it. We could, and trust me, it's tempting, because as I mentioned before, when I first started playing Legends Arceus, I did start playing it at like 12:01, and then it was 5 a.m. by the time I actually went to sleep. Actually, it was probably closer to 6. I think I played like 5.5 hours. So, yeah. So is it 21 EST now? Yes. Yes, it is. It's 9 p.m., yeah. I'm not going to, Daisy. I learned my lesson last time, and besides, streaming it in the middle of the day is probably going to be better for people who want to join in rather than streaming it in the middle of the night. Though I guess by midnight EST, some people over in Australia would just be waking up, I think? Probably? I do have to wonder if anyone else has ever completed the trials of these lake Pokemon. Well, let's be honest, they're not all that hard. Indeed, yet we may want to add just a dash more speed. Things in Jubilife are intense. What makes you say that? It seems a Pokemon's been glimpsed on the other side of the rift. Oh my, is it God? One of those Ginkgo Guild merchants informed me that Commander Kamado has raised a force, not to survey the Pokemon, but to subdue it, should the need arise. One of those Ginkgo Guild merchants. You make it sound as if you're not one of them. Now, if a Pokemon were truly to appear from beyond the rift, what would become of everyone, I wonder? Volo, you're not sounding suspicious in the slightest. Don't let Hisui's great vastness stop you, Zelina. Let's go find the final item we need. I'd have to agree with the flower. We would have to bonk you with the sleep stick. Yeah. I mean, I took tomorrow off for that very purpose, and Velvet, given that a couple streams just this week have already gone past midnight on my end. Like, the first day that Aerofell was out, I did stream until like 12:30, 12:40 in the morning, which is like 5 a.m. for you as well. So we're in the same boat here, kinda. Should get bonked by that stick considering it's past 3. It's okay to go to sleep, Chrome. Fire, it's okay. We don't talk about your sleep schedule, though. But Why do we need to talk about my sleep schedule then? It's 2 a.m. for Velvet, isn't it? Because I'm pretty sure now that the daylight savings has happened on both sides of the world, I think it's 2 a.m. Watch, is that all you really do? Remember, once you've sought the third lake and found what's needed for the red chain, make for the shrouded ruins. Yep. So, see, if Velvet can stay up till 2 a.m., I'm fine staying up till midnight. It's fine. Daisy, don't you have homework? How's that going? You finished that? Why must I be the mom friend? Well, I feel like everyone has to take that role because even the mom friend is refusing to do her homework at this point. So, you know, it's a give and take sort of thing. Okay, that direction. See, Velvet understands homework's important. Only have one more thing to make and plenty of time to do it. Just need to look something up. Well, that one more thing could be anything from, you know, looking up a simple image or looking up the... Look, all you all hyped up all of a sudden. What's wrong with you? So the Guild of Eternal Flame burns for everyone. Yup, pretty much. It's said to have been formed by a volcanic eruption, much like Lake Verity. Though there are also other theories that say it was carved out in the midst of a Pokemon battle. This lake is protected by the Pokemon Azelf. Cat, calm down. When Azelf took flight, the will to do what needs doing was born in people's hearts. That's what the legends have us believe. More memes! Look, aren't they hilarious? You good, Cat? You doing all right there? A cave appears where there was none, as if just for Zelina. Imagine strong Pokemon could wait inside, protecting the lake. The spirit of the lake. Be careful. They look so shocked when she does that. Yeah. 12 p.m. is 12 noon. Yeah, it's weird because like 12 p.m. is the way that I best think about it is when you're thinking AM or PM, think about where the hour is going to run into. So would 12:01 be in the afternoon? If so, which would be noon, then like just afternoon, then it's PM. If 12:01 would run into the morning, then it's 12 a.m. That makes it a little bit simpler. But yeah, 12 p.m. is noon, middle of the day. Would you say that Velvet's semblance is a permanent type? Yeah, considering that she can draw on that memory at all times. It would be a passive type, I think is the better way to do it. That she can just actively recall things from her memory should she need them. Because there is the ongoing theory that really your brain really retains a lot of your memories. Whether they're just brought to the surface or not is the thing. So it either could be a passive semblance, or it could just be that everyone's brain is naturally retaining the information. It's just Velvet's semblance has the capabilities to pull that information to the surface so she can remember it whenever she needs. We'd have to know exactly how it's defined to know for sure. But yeah, the chonky cat. Hi, Shad. Crashed on me, but I'm back. Hi, Shift. How much do the books go into Coffee's semblance? We find out everyone's semblance for certain. We knew what Velvet Scarlatina's semblance was, that it was photographic memory, but we do learn and get confirmation on what Coco's semblance is, what Fox's semblance is, and what Yatsuhashi's semblance is. So it goes in decently in depth on all of them. Yatsuhashi's in particular, because that boy's got some trauma from his semblance. Do you know all of Team Coffee's semblances, Nin? Why would there be columns inside a cave anyways? And then there's the giant spiky boy. Gotten around to see... I haven't seen the stream yet, Shift. No, I haven't. Because I ended up having to go to sleep immediately after stream last night, and then I had to go to work today. I know what they're named and what they sort of do, but don't know the specifics. Well, I mean, Fox's semblance, it's simple telepathy. He can communicate to people's minds, and that's how he normally prefers to talk. That's how he talks to the rest of Team Coffee, and he can choose who hears what, essentially, and he can also act as a bridge between other people's minds. So, for example, if Coco wanted to say something to Velvet telepathically, Fox could act as a go-between in that. Coco's semblance hypes up the activity of dust. So, with her Gatling gun, that's why the rounds are so powerful. She uses her semblance to boost the impact of her rounds, and she can deal a lot of damage that way. Yatsuhashi is memory wiping. It's temporary, but, you know, when he first awakened the semblance, and before he had full control over it, he would make his parents forget little things, like that they had given him his allowance already, so he would end up getting double allowance and things like that. But one day, after his mother had a second child, he had a little sister, still a baby, still needing constant care, and mother was obviously exhausted. Yatsuhashi used his semblance on her to, you know, try to trick her into thinking that he had already cleaned his room, that he had already done his chores. And she ended up forgetting the baby existed along with that. And when he realized that, he was like, oh my god, I'm a monster. What the hell have I done? And so he spent the rest of the day taking care of his little sister, praying that his mother would regain her memories, and she did, and then, you know, yeah. How much, when does it come back? Oh, it does come back. The memory does come back. And it's similar to many other semblances. It depends on how much aura he pumps into it. It could be something that's forgotten for a little while. It could be something that's forgotten for longer. And it also has to do with the mental state that the target is in. As I was mentioning with Yatsuhashi's mother, she was exhausted, having, you know, lack of sleep from taking care of a baby and just the physical strain that it had put on her as well. And the memory was gone for about 8 hours. And then it recovered and she was perfectly fine. And there's, in the books as well, Yatsuhashi used a semblance to, like, just wipe a couple seconds of memory away just to break the control of another semblance, disrupting other mental afflicting semblances by injecting his aura and using his semblance. So the person forgets the memory for how long it has been remembered. So a memory of a day takes a day to come back. A year takes a year. That's... I'd need to reread the books to know for sure, but that seems far too powerful. I know at the end of Before the Dawn, Yatsuhashi pretty much does wipe someone's memory completely, but that was because he was being boosted by Jillian Asturias's semblance. Because Jillian has a semblance, or a siphon, where she can absorb aura from someone else and use it to boost another individual. And she was doing that with Yatsuhashi, feeding him aura, so his semblance was overworked to wipe someone, like, wipe Jack's memory away, like, a lot. Yeah, the semblance is, like, Jean, it's not the same as Jean's, because Jillian, like, actually absorbs aura from another person. So, like, she absorbs the aura from them, and it will regenerate in that person. So, it's not like she steals it permanently or anything like that. And the aura that she does take from someone will dissipate with time as well. But she can take it and transfer it to others. So, for example, if there were 10 people around her, and she took, like, half of their current aura replenishes, or aura stores at that time, she would have, like, 5 persons, like, a total of 5 people's amount of aura. And she could put all of that aura into a single person to boost them up, like, a lot, or just keep it herself to make her pretty much, her aura cloak just indestructible for a certain amount of time. Whereas Jean, yeah, where instead of amplifying, it simply adds more. Yeah. How boosted would Jean be if Jillian boosted his? It depends on how much aura Jillian has to be able to pump into Jean. That's the thing. Jillian could, if she used all of her aura to boost Jean, then it'd be pretty much just the aura of 2 people boosting Jean. But the potential is very high for Jillian boosting Jean. Who do I want to take this out with? Sure, Miss Magius works. What if Mercury met Jillian? We're not exactly sure. I think it would be more interesting if Yatsuhashi met Mercury. And if some memory shenanigans were done on Mercury, if that would maybe jog some old memories loose as to why his semblance seems to be suppressed and things like that. One of the things I wasn't clear on. Normal aura being attached into a Grim, like Ren against the King Jaiditu versus Jillian Simmons pouring it into a Grim. That is very different. Ren was not, like, this was also Volume 1, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. What Ren did in Volume 1 against the King Taijitu was he took the Fang of the King Taijitu and used his aura to strengthen it, or really his aura to strengthen his hands and strike the Fang with enough force that it blew the King Taijitu's head off. He wasn't actually infusing the aura into the Grimm's body itself, whereas Jillian was putting aura directly into the Grimm. There is a difference there. So Ren was pretty much strengthening himself to strike the Fang, whereas Jillian was trying to feed aura into the Grimm, if that makes sense. Then Fox exploding at Ursa Major in Volume 2. That one, I think, was... Yeah, that one's a bit confusing. I think it's rationalized as Fox was creating more of a shockwave with his aura, rather than feeding it into the Grimm, but you'd think an aura shockwave would still... Maybe I guess it has to do with the force of how the aura is going into them, because as far as we know, Jillian was just kind of gently pushing aura into the Grimm, whereas Fox kind of forcefully slammed his aura into it. Yeah, I think that might have just been more of a rule of cool type situation. Or go to sleep considering you need to wake up for 5 hours. Good night, Fire. Sleep well. I hope you don't have too rough a day tomorrow. Use Diglett? In what game, Shift? In this one? Because unfortunately Diglett's not in this game. Or are you talking about Wiglet, the new Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet? I haven't read the books myself, so I have no idea what they actually say. Yeah. I'd need to go and reread it. It's been a while since I've read through them. Okay. Why not? I don't know. I guess it just wasn't in the region at the time that the games take place in. Well, no, Miss Baggy. Yeah, I don't know. Different Pokemon are just native to different regions, and it's not really... Yeah, I can't really send out Arcanine. Yeah, let's go with the bunny. Rule of cool, Fox infuses the Earth Major with aura. It explodes after being sent into a bunch of crawlers, killing them all. Yeah, I think so. Because it's not that Fox infused aura into the Ursa Major. I think it was more that he used the aura shockwave and it was enough to kill it. Causing it to explode, though, that's not anything we've seen in any other form outside of that. Because when a Grim dies, it turns to dust. So it doesn't exactly make sense that a Grim would explode and the bone spikes that it has would be then able to pierce other Grim. Volumes 1 to 3, the actual, like, consistency, I guess is the right word, of how things work isn't clearly defined. It would be like tissue paper. How well would Aura stand up against a lightsaber from Star Wars? Yeah. Name is Overquilled Beefy, but it died. Yeah. Lightsaber from Star Wars, Aura wouldn't last long against that because the lightsabers are like straight plasma. That would be dealing so much damage to a person's aura. I think within like a second or two, it would just burn right through it. Beowulf being weak to a nut shot is funny. Exactly. It's, you know, it was more leaning towards the comedy and cool fight scenes compared to like keeping up with the consistency of the world. Because even in Volume 3, in, I believe it's Episode 2 that has the fight between Team Indigo and Team Sun, where there's a character on Team Indigo, Dew Gale. She has a spear. And in the tip of that spear is wind dust. It is shown very clearly as a green crystal. Later in that same volume, we see Amber, the previous Fall Maiden. She wields a staff that has a dust crystal in each end. One which is red and is a fire dust crystal, and one which is white, which is also a wind dust crystal. Even within the same volume, there was such a strict inconsistency with what color wind dust is. At the time, people were calling it white, but then it was later retconned to strictly be green. And the effects of it were just white. However, that inconsistency is clearly seen there. So things weren't exactly as strict as they are now. So, yeah. Redeems code for cat cam. He's right there. He's on the camera. I guess partly. Fine. I guess. Is that gonna be better? Yeah, there you go. Oh, yes. And now, here is Azelf. So you thought green would board... Yeah, I think that was... For me, personally, if I was going to choose the colors of dust, I would have had white be wind dust as well. The rationale that Rooster Teeth gave was that light green is wind dust because white is steam dust. You could have easily made steam dust gray and then wind dust white, because now you have light green being wind dust and just a darker shade of green being plant dust. So, I don't know. I really would have preferred wind dust to be white as well, but ultimately not my decision to make. But still, dark green is plant, light green is wind. Yeah. Ruby character being based off of Paul Bunyan could be a nice one. Combustion dust is pale orange. Yeah. And then burn dust is just red. Yes. Need to show our willpower. Try to strike the legendary being. Bombs? Are you meant to try to hit Azelf with them? Oh no, it teleported away. Where did it... Oh, there it is. Why do you keep... Where you... Gravity is sometimes purple, sometimes black. With gravity dust, naturally it's supposed to be black, but the effects of it are purple. So when it is in use, it appears as purple. When it is not in use, it appears as black. That's the rationale that they're going for. So whenever Maria activates the gravity dust in her scythe, it glows purple. Whenever we see the gravity dust activated in the gravity biomes of Amity Coliseum, it glows purple. But when they're not activated, it's just black crystals. Yeah, except when Weiss's Glyph is using it, then it's black. Yeah, like, there are things in Ruby that are not 100% consistent. And, you know, that's when we have to... When we're kind of interpreting the laws of the world of Remnant, we sometimes have to use our own best interpretations. And that's also why I say, you know, I'm not an authority on OCs, because some things are my own interpretation on what I logically think makes the most sense. But other people are going to have different opinions, other people are going to have different interpretations, and that's completely fine. I just try to keep things as reasonable as I think they can be. RG, can you be consistent for once, please? I mean, honestly, little things like that, although frustrating, I'm still able to make sense of them, because in editing, little things can get past them. And they're focusing on, I think, the bigger picture, that the overall story is making sense, rather than focusing on the little inconsistencies. It'd be great if they could get everything perfect, but, you know, nothing really is. And I still enjoy Ruby for despite those little inconsistencies. Seem to hear a voice inside your head. Will you abandon this folly? Nope. I will keep going. And you just need to keep throwing them at her. Now I'll ask you to give up again. You seem to hear a voice inside your head. It seems you had best give up. Will you continue regardless? I'm not through yet. Yeah, he's a very clean cat. I will give him that. He's an idiot, but he knows how to keep clean. Gives himself baths all the time. And because he keeps himself clean, that does keep his fur fluffy. Cinder Semblance could do with some more information. Weird glowing eyes explosion thing isn't very connected to hot hands. Her semblance is the ability to superheat objects. It's not necessarily tied to her hands. But with her semblance, the way that I interpret it is that she is superheating the tips of the arrows that she fires, and when those make contact with the ground, it superheats the ground, causing the explosion. That's the way that I interpret that. And then once she gets some of the Fall Maiden's power, she's able to do that with just, you know, magic from then on out. Can you just throw them randomly? I feel like it would still move. You have to be at least close in the general direction. You don't have to hit it directly, but yeah. Give up. You struggle in vain. Will you yet press on? I'm not through yet. It's also Ruby. Remember, it's not how momentum works when Ruby jumps from a ship that's flying in the air and then uses her scythe to the gunshots to stop her own momentum in the air so it slows her down. There's things that happen. The laws of physics in Ruby aren't exactly the same as the laws in our world. Magic doesn't exist in our world. Aura doesn't exist in our world. There are some things we just have to take with a grain of salt, really. Unless the bullets are gravity dusts. They could be, but there was nothing shown that they're gravity dust. It seemed like they were just regular bullets. There was no purple glow, nothing like that. So we're left to assume that Wish they did sometimes. Yeah. I know we've seen her use gravity dust in the red trailer, but there's no guarantee that it was gravity dust. Could have been, might not have been, but still. There's also rocket lockers that can be programmed to go to a specific place in the sky. Like Ruby being able to program her locker, jumping onto it, and then flying right to an airship that she would have no reason to know the coordinates of. Or Ironwood's body being completely half metal. Like, again, that could just be the technology of Remnant, but still. Like, physics don't exactly work the exact same as our world. We'll see more analysis videos for Silver. I do intend to hopefully cover the rest of Team Silver. I had intended to do that, a couple years ago, but things just kept popping up, kept getting distracted. But yes, I do intend to cover the rest of Team Silver. Chibi design for Gravity Dust magazines looks the same as the one in the red trailer magazine she reloads. Yeah. They took a lot for Ruby Chibi from, the original series, obviously. But, yeah. You obtained Dazzle's Fang. And in reference to that isn't how explosions work, if you superheat something, it can absolutely explode. But I do get what you mean. That wouldn't be consistent for, have one Launder left? Oh, Lindor. Okay. I was gonna say. Velvet, do you by chance have rum again tonight? just curious. No particular reason. One chibi skit idea I saw was Ozpin and Salem in marriage counseling with the God Brothers. That would be interesting. What I want to see is, speaking of counseling, a chibi skit idea would be Hazel and Ozpin in counseling to try to get along. See how that would go. But that's sad when you get to the last Lindor, Velvet. Those things are so good. I remember I used to live near a Lindor store, and you could go in there, and for $25 they would give you like a long bag that you could just fill up with the Lindor chocolate balls and just try to pack as many as you could in there. Oh, it was a good deal, but man, there was a lot of chocolate in there. Had a few sips earlier. Now, everyone has a different definition of what a sip is, or what, a single drink is, or how strong they make each drink. How many different aura techniques that aren't semblances have we learned about? There's aura strengthening, where people can put their aura into their weapons or objects to strengthen them. That's what every huntsman and huntress does with their weapons. That's why they're so durable. That's why they pack such an extra punch. And that's why also Crow is able... That's why his punches hit so hard, is because he's putting aura into the rings on his hand, and when he punches someone with them, it deals extra damage. Then, of course, there's the aura cloak, the defenses, so basic aura offense and aura defense. Then there's the sensory capabilities of aura, being able to extend your aura outward and sense your surroundings. So far, Ren has been the most capable of this, largely because his semblance is very much associated with extending his aura outwards. So this isn't a skill that, everyone's going to be a master of. It takes practice, and it also helps to have a semblance that's very well adjusted to that. Your aura is already kind of set to that wavelength where you would be more in tune to be able to master that set of skills. But there's aura sensing, and then when it comes to like specific techniques, depending on, again, this is volumes 1 to 3 we're looking at, and we haven't really seen these types of things since then, but there's the aura shockwave that Ren displayed in volume 1 fighting against the King Taijitsu. That's, giving a pulse of aura to make a strike very powerful for that one instance. Presumably that would be what Fox did as well against the Ursa in Volume 2. And my favorite technique is the aura arc. That is when you coat the edge of a blade in your aura, highly concentrated aura, and extend that outward. It creates a slash that travels through the air towards an opponent, aka what Crow did against Winter in their fight in Volume 3, as well as what Blake did in Volume 2, though that was also boosted by dust. There's no evidence that... There's no other proof that Blake is that masterful of aura that she was able to concentrate that on the edge of her blade and create an aura arc from her aura alone. I believe that was infused by dust. So, yeah. Still pulsy stuff, but... it wasn't the black trailer, I don't think. I think that was the fight on the train in Volume 2. Because although Blake did have a fight on the train in her trailer, it was in Volume 2 when she fought against Roman Torchwick. And it was when she released the aura arc on the train that hit Roman. And I believe that was infused by dust because that was the point of that battle, Blake showcasing the dust that Weiss had given her. She makes a fire clone that causes Roman to, well, explodes upon contact, causes Roman to fly backwards. She creates an ice clone that freezes Roman's attack in place. Yeah, you said also the black trailer, but that could have been in reference to Crow using it in Volume 3, and then also Blake used it in the black trailer, but still... I'll have to go back and rewatch the black trailer, but I know for certain she did it in Volume 2. And things work differently than the actual trailers compared to the series itself, because Yang, when she punched the ground in the yellow trailer, the ground of the actual club that she was in rippled after she punched it. That's never happened in the series itself. So the trailers are... kind of in their own little world in a way. At least in my mind. Although the events of them seem to have happened, especially considering in Volume 2, Junior remembered Yang from her previous visit, which was in the yellow trailer, but still, the exact laws of the world weren't exactly established yet. Not that they really had been in the first 3 volumes, but still. With Yang and Elm, the floor didn't ripple, though, did it? What she did in Volume 7 was punch the ground. It sent a shockwave out and cracked the ground. I don't think the ground actually rippled, did it? Like that there was an actual, like, bump in the ground that was sent outwards. Thought she just punched it and cracked the ground, making Elm's semblance essentially nullified for that fight, and then she was taken out afterwards. Don't you know about Vale's Cutting Edge Flexo Bendo Dance Floor 10,000? I mean, you know, Junior does have some connections to the mobs and mafias, so he could get some technology. Yeah, glass doesn't bend like that either. Glass would just... if I remember correctly, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm misremembering it, but when Yang punched the ground in the yellow trailer, there was an actual, like, bubble that went out. Like, the floor actually rippled. Not just shattering glass, but, like, there was a ripple in the floor. Not just aura, but the actual floor itself kind of bubbled outwards in a wave. I don't know. Could wait there. Always had to see some ancient ruins. Okay. And here we go. Shrouded Ruins. Mist is so very good at obscuring things. It's long been said to blur boundaries. If we were to somehow bring together the world of humans, the world of Pokemon, and the world of myth, then maybe we need a setting such as this. That being said, what are we meant to do now? Seems to have made it in time. Mommy Kogita! You've arrived just when we'd assembled all 3 gifts. Did you somehow see our progress across the distance dividing us? I had the aid of a rather remarkable Pokemon, if you really wish to know. Could this mean that Pokemon flits about the Hisui region? Ah, but never mind that now. What about the red chain? How are we to forge it? No idea. We speak of a divine instrument, one said to be capable of binding the very world. Do you really imagine it could be forged by mortal hands? Good point. What do we do? Search the entirety of Hisui for an answer? No, not really. Instead, the 3 spirits that each gave us an individual piece of the red chain all appear and just make the chain for us. Yeah. Yeah, I see the floor literally broke physics. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Oh no, Daisy. Is it actually due tomorrow? Rewatched the Black trailer. Didn't see any of them use the Aura Slash. Yeah, I figured it was just the Volume 2 one. Maybe it was a more recent fight, but I really feel like Blake has used it more than just the Volume 2 train fight. I'm pretty sure it's only the Volume 2 train fight. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering, but I think it is just the Volume 2 train fight and then Crow using it in Volume 3, and I don't think we've seen an Aura arc since then. But it is a highly skilled Aura unique. The way... We haven't gotten a definition for it, by the way. We haven't had anything said, but my rationale for how that technique would work is that a person would need to be able to concentrate their aura around the edge of a blade. So it is a very sharp edge that they would concentrate their aura around, and by rapidly swinging their sword, they can project that aura outwards in a long-distance slash. And the amount of aura that they concentrate would then not only lend to the strength of the attack, but also how far it can reach. Oh, you're presenting? You're presenting tomorrow and you don't have the presentation finished? Oh no. Did it need to? No? Was it badass? Hell yeah, it was badass. Exactly. That's why a lot of volumes 1 to 3, the things that happen in it, maybe they aren't exactly the rules of the world, but they were the rule of cool. And Monty absolutely knew how to make a fight look amazing. So a lot of things you just have to take it with a grain of salt, enjoy it for what it is, and with everything that we've seen beyond that, then try to establish the rules of the world from volumes 4 onwards, while maybe not taking everything volumes 1 to 3 have shown us with absolute certainty, taking them completely literally. It's almost done. I'm just so burnt out that I can't seem to make myself do this last thing. Oh no, because you haven't even practiced the presentation yet, right? That's going to be really rough. They fought Roman in the mech suit. Yes. Yeah, there were aura slashes in that as well. Yeah. Maybe she used it in the paladin fight. I think it was the paladin fight, yeah. Daisy's the one my friend helped with. Yeah, I really miss Monty as well. But that's why we have to keep the show that he loved, the legacy that he left behind, alive, right? Usually ad-lib it. Okay, I think on that part. Yeah, I did that a lot too. And then I had to defend a thesis, and then all of that went downhill. She got every single missile while under the time dilation glyph influenced with an aura slash. Yep. Yeah, best of luck, Daisy. I hope it goes well for you. And I hope you're able to finish it up without too much difficulty. The pact our people have passed down for all these generations has been kept. At last, I can set this burden aside. You've succeeded once again. Things not seem to be going well for the rest of the world. What have you heard now? Some news from fellow merchants in the Ginkgo guilds. It seems that the commander is going to forego waiting for our investigation to finish. He plans to climb Mount Coronet himself. He's lost it. Plans to get close to the rift to study it himself. Doesn't know that we've managed to get the red chain. Um, she hasn't used Gamble Shroud's Stealth Cleaver in a while. Yeah. Yeah, she did a flurry of Aura Slashes, but from what I remember, they were fairly close range, with the missiles being close to her, I think. But still, it's not a technique she's used since then, so whether she's actually capable of that highly skilled aura technique, we're not 100% sure. Likely, I'd say she probably still is, like, but didn't she lose the sheath? She's lost the whole weapon now. Because the whole weapon was lodged in part of the pathway, and then Cinder burnt the ribbon. So the weapon was just left behind in that void. Presumably, when everything disintegrated, the weapon would have fallen into the void, and perhaps Blake will pick it up in Volume 9 as well, similar to Ruby's Crescent Rose. But right now, the only two members of Team Ruby that actually have their weapons with them are Weiss and Yang. So, yes. Yeah, I believe she did lose the sheath, but she's lost all of it. She's lost all of it. She might still have the sheath then if she had it in Volume 7-8. Tell him about the chain. Everything's Alino's cheap before he sets out. She needs a new weapon. Yeah. I mean, we could see... It'd be really interesting to see new weapons all around in Volume 9, because we don't really know what's going to happen in Volume 9. When you introduce a different world, one that operates with different rules, perhaps there's different powers that could be awakened there, different magic that could be gifted or something of the like. There's a lot of possibilities that could happen with the introduction of other worlds. So we just have to wait and see. If you could change one of the main character's semblances, who would it be? Weiss's. Unless there is a reason why Weiss's semblance is able to do what it does, I would want it changed, personally. Because right now, Weiss's semblance is the one semblance that breaks all of the rules of other semblances that we've seen in this Ruby show itself. Its base ability is to create a glyph that manipulates momentum. Okay? And that can be modified by dust. Okay. And then she can also summon monsters to fight for her. That's a separate semblance right there, and an extremely powerful second semblance at that. They're two separate abilities, not to mention, it is completely hereditary. Every member of the Schnee family has that, which we've seen with literally no other semblance. And we've been to 3 other kingdoms within the show, as well as seen Vacuo in the books, and there's been no other semblance that can do anything close to what Weiss's can. Unless there is some other separate explanation for it, whether there was magic passed down their family line from a Winter Maiden far long past, or something of that nature, I would do something different. Magic. That's the answer I am hoping is the reason for Weiss's semblance being the way it is. For Rumpel, Professor Xanth Rumpel in Shade Academy, I'm hoping that that's the reason her semblance is the way it is. And also quite possibly Glinda Goodwitch, the reason why her semblance is so damn powerful. Ruby Juniper versus the Nevermore Deathstalker was a nice introduction to both teams. Definitely doesn't surpass the Paladin fight. Yeah, to each their own. That's BS plot filler reason, magic. And you know what? Since magic is canon, and we know that it is passed down hereditarily from parent to child, like Ozma and Salem having their child. Meanwhile, Ozma, the physical body that he had, was one that was human, the second era of humanity, and yet the magic attached to the soul was passed down to the daughters. If a maiden was to have a child, perhaps instead of passing down just directly the magic, because the magic is meant to go to, the next maiden upon the current maiden's demise, that might manifest itself in different forms depending on the family. For example, the Schnee semblance of glyphs. And we also know that Ozpin has the ability to gift magic to others. He did that for Crow and Raven, two of his most trusted confidants, at one point in time. It would make sense that he would do that for Glinda, and it would also make sense that he would do that for other trusted confidants within his inner circle. Theodore and Rumpole would qualify. Schnee's equal Winter Maiden descendants, that's a theory that I have. There's been nothing confirmed of that, but I think that makes sense given that we know that magic is passed down from parent to child. We saw that with Ozpin and Salem having their children have magic as well, even though magic was supposed to have been wiped from the world. The current era of humanity was never meant to have magic. But two people remaining who have magic attached to their souls can pass that down. So in theory, if another person had magic, had a child with someone who did not possess magic, then the child born from that unity would then potentially have a boosted semblance or boosted aura or something of the like, because aura, semblance, and dust are all remnants of the magic left behind by the first generation of humanity. So they are able to interact with one another. And when, and in that case, I think it is very likely that maybe a Winter Maiden at one point in time, maybe Nicholas Schnee's ancestor, maybe Weiss and Winter's grandmother, though that would probably line up with that being Freya, so probably, or Freya, no, Freya, yeah. It would probably be Nicholas Schnee's ancestor was once a Winter Maiden, had a child that developed, instead of just getting magic, they had the boosted semblance, which became glyphs. That's my thinking. Looking at Nicholas Schnee, when we should be looking at his wife, his mother probably, because Freya looked, well, she's obviously an old lady when we meet her in Volume 7, and we know that Nicholas Schnee, due to all the dust mining that he did, succumbed to illness earlier in life than he probably would have passed away otherwise. So I would imagine Freya and Nicholas Schnee would be comparable in age. Nicholas Schnee would probably be a little bit older, but unless, like, he had, yeah, I'm pretty sure it would probably have to be his mother. Tempted to see what would happen if someone used soap and water against Cinder and managed to get soap in her eye. In her one good eye. I'd imagine Cinder could easily still be temporarily blinded. For sure. Selena, I can't believe it. You passed right by. Thank goodness you're still alive. I mean, of course you are. I knew you'd be alright. Glad for the vote of confidence, Ray. Thanks. I'll go tell the captain and the professor you're back. Taking you think we missed a lot of plot with Freya? Not really. It depends on if Freya had any other significant interaction with any other characters. If she was married to Nicholas Schnee, that would have been revealed. That would have been said, because Winter was already caring for her, and that would mean Winter was planning to kill her own grandmother, and that would have been heavily emphasized had that been the case. So I don't think that's the case. But more as a no, I don't think it was a missed opportunity. Because there's a whole bunch of characters that are going to be introduced in pretty much every story that are going to just play minor roles, and we're never going to learn more about. They're each going to have their own stories, and although we may like to learn more about them, it makes sense that we don't, because the story that we are following is the story pertaining to Team Ruby. It's their story. And although other characters are journeying through their own adventures and their own stories, that's not the story that we are currently exploring. That is why, a lot of people were disappointed that Sienna Khan, such an interesting looking character, didn't have anything to do in the show other than show up and immediately be killed. Although I myself and many others would have liked to have seen much more from Sienna, it makes complete sense that we didn't. She was absolutely a charismatic leader of the White Fang. We got the sense of that in just the brief moment that we saw her. A strong, steadfast leader. But it was the end of her story, was the time that we joined her. And there wasn't really a place in the story of Team Ruby to fit in more interaction with her. Does Emerald's ability to determine who has a weak mind count as an evolution? It might. Ruby's rat friend will be Little or CL. Get Arnold's attention again. Yeah, I wish we would have seen CL again in Atlas. We don't necessarily need to see her entire story, but we saw Flint Cole and Neon Cat. They could have given us CL as well. Just let us know that she's doing all right, that nothing happened to her at the Fall of Beacon. So, yeah. Seeing what's coming with you? But where's CL, damn it? Like, with the chaos of Volume 8, unfortunately we couldn't see everyone, because I would have liked to see CL, even just a brief shot of her while Penny was guiding Team Ruby through Atlas Academy. That's all we would have needed. Just to see that she's there. Who do you think deserves to kill Cinder? Ruby and John. Neo? I'd say Neo. But if I had to choose between Ruby and Jean, probably Jean. Because of Pyrrha. Where would she have even shown up? Like I said, as Penny was giving Team Ruby a tour through Atlas Academy, right at the beginning of Volume 7, they could have just had CL have a cameo there. Greet them in the hallway. Take 15 seconds, show us she's there, show us she still exists, she made it back to Atlas, and that's it. That's all we need. We don't need anything extensive, just a brief cameo. That's it. Chad Jean needs to absolutely destroy Cinder. He has every reason to, but I'm curious to see how everything plays out, because I've made a few theories on how Cinder's story is going to end, right? That she might actually be set up to be the final villain of the Ruby series. After, too bad Chad Jean doesn't exist. Are we watching the same series? Jean's grown a hell of a lot over the course of the series. You can clown on him all you want. He sometimes makes it a little bit easy to do so, but he's gotten a lot more skilled. Neo might be the best option, because I feel the community would fight over Ruby should have killed her or Jean should have. Unfortunately, the community at large is going to fight no matter what happens. At this point, it seems a large portion of the community wants to be angry at something no matter how it plays out. And that's why I've decided to focus on how I view the series and how I choose to enjoy the series, rather than trying to argue with others. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. They have made up their mind and they're not open to changing their mind. Ultimately, if they want to be angry, then that's up to them. We just need to keep enjoying the series the way we want to enjoy it, and, ultimately, who's going to be happier at the end of the day? The people who watch the things that they enjoy and talk with people who share those same sentiments, or the people who are constantly angry at something because they want to find something to be angry at, because it's not what they think it should be. Watch this. So same with MHA. Velvet, how many of those sips have you had exactly? But yeah, MHA has a lot of negativity in that fandom too. What's your opinion on passive semblances? Do they actually exist, or is it simply a lack of control? I would prefer that they do not exist, personally, because by the nature of semblances and the way that aura works, when you use your semblance, it drains a little bit of your aura, and your aura recharges over time like your own internal battery, right? So by having a passive semblance, an ability that is constantly active, which would mean it's constantly draining your aura, that means that your aura regeneration has to constantly be outpacing the amount of aura consumed by a passive semblance. And that draws into question, well, how much aura is a passive semblance actually taking then? How high does your aura recharge have to be? Are there points in time when a character is untrained in aura, that their aura regeneration is so low that their passive semblance is always keeping their aura near zero? Like, just the way that that interacts with each other, I would prefer that passive semblances not exist, and it's just when a character isn't really focusing on their semblance that it just kind of activates, or they're focusing on something else, something like that. Am I looking forward to Ruby X Justice League? I'm curious to see how it's going to go. Personally, I've never been much of a superhero fan in general, whether it be Marvel or DC. So I know like what characters are in the Justice League, but I'm curious to see how they're going to spin it for a movie, and I'll probably need to read the Ruby Justice League comics beforehand just to get an idea of what we might be in store for, though I know it's a separate story than those comics. Weren't there 7 comics? Maybe? I don't know exactly how many there were. I know there were comics that were released for Ruby X Justice League. Almost got this done. What have I missed? Completely spaced. It's good. Focus on your project. Well, at this point, we've gotten together the Red Chain, and Kamado took off on his own to go fight God himself. Trust me, I had those sips hours ago. I just can't type. I'm typing them quickly and paying too little attention to what I say. Fair enough. 7 Justice League comics and 7 standalone Ruby ones? Okay, I guess each comic had 2 chapters printed in it, because I know there were 14 stories for the standalone Ruby ones, because I covered each individual chapter in videos except for the last one, since it was a recap of all of the others. So, and when I bought it as like all one book where that contained all 14 of the stories. So, I'll take your word for it that there were 7 of each, but yeah. I explained to Silene about the Red Chain. Commander Kamado is no longer here in Jubilife. Security guards have been scouting the area near the space-time rift, and they've reported sightings of something on the other side of it. Something that resembles a Pokemon. That's what the wiki said. Yeah, makes sense. Just really paying too little attention to what I say. Prepare to fend off any possible threat. They were to make for the temple at the peak. The boss may be tough, but it seems like a bad idea to do something risky without Zelena's help. So Zelena is just immediately the best in the business. Captain of the Survey Corps, hereby order you to process as follows. Take the Red Chain, make your way to the peak, put an end to all this. You are officially reinstated at your former rank. Can you or can you not say the name of the last Seraph member? Am I physically capable of doing so? Yes. Do I want to save it for the next chapter? Also yes. I plan to have that chapter out before Christmas, or at the very least, on Christmas, like, or around Christmas, because I'll have more time off work at that point. So I'd like to save it till then. But, yeah. I could say the name, but I want to keep it a secret for now, if that's okay. I know it's been, you know, years at this point since I started introducing Team Seraph, and I haven't even gotten to introduce the entire team yet, and I'm sorry for that, but but I will try to be more timely with releasing the chapters. Okay. Haley smack you? What? I think I told... I may have told you the name. I know I told Daisy the name before. Oh, that's the crazy lady's name now? Okay. Did you find the commander? Nope, he's gone off, guns a-blazing on his own. Is the C-word censor or something? It was the crazy lady. Like, the entire term was censored because it seems, well, Twitch has its own kind of filter settings, and as the words are said in chat, they get held back for moderators to approve. And once they either allow or deny a word, then it's either whitelisted or blacklisted so that it's either allowed or disallowed from then on. So it should be fine. Oh yeah, I remember that, Daisy. Second time mods have had to... Oh, really? It was the second time they had to allow that specific phrase? Might have been a different phrase before, because I think it's supposed to be allowed from then on out. You can try typing crazy lady again and see if it'll hold it back. Yeah, okay, it does hold it back every single time. Interesting. I'll have to look into that after stream then. To see if I can adjust the settings to make it less intense on them, because I don't want to remove those settings completely, because there's a lot of words that are absolutely not allowed on Twitch, and especially not in this stream, but Crazy Lady should be fine. Like, that one's not bad. First expelling you, now this. He needs a stern talking to. He needs a smack upside the head. I can go anywhere in Heasby that I please. I'm not going to let the commander do what he wants. Small child? You got run out of the village, right? But you still tried to find a way to help us all? She worked hard to get that red chain to help everybody. The girl's not going to know what the red chain is. Always hard at work for the sake of everyone here in the village, as well as the sake of our relations with Pokemon. Got a max revive! In other words, the little child is telling us, here, you're probably going to die out there. Take this so you can revive at least someone. So there's so one of your Pokemon can live to tell your story. Make for the summit, for the temple. Use the red chain to resolve this mess. Return here alive. Ray, those are my orders, not yours. You can disregard the third one. Okay. Look who it is. Yet again. I've heard the latest. So you've been accepted back into the Galaxy team, haven't you? I suppose congratulations are in order. Here's some max potions. Everyone's telling me I'm in for such a difficult fight. They'll be fine. After all, you worked to get the red chain. Adam and Irida have headed to the peak as well. Wish you great fortune in the battles. I truly regret losing one of our most loyal customers. It seems Kamado intends to use the summit camp as a base for operations that I'm tanking. As for me, I think I'll set up shop closer to the temple itself. Of course you will. Want to get a good view of everything happening. And what do you want, Melly? Well, if anything goes wrong, the great Melly will be here. For moral support, at least. Well, at least you know your uses. They're few and far between. He knows he's only useful for the running his mouth. So, he's grown at least slightly. We'll give him that much. I mean, I have hypers. I don't necessarily need the max potions. Sure, I'll take the revives, I guess. So max, full restore, full heal. Why not? If I'm in desperate need of them, I guess I can use them, but I shouldn't be. Shouldn't need them. I think everyone's full health. Should be fine. Starting to want hot cocoa. Ooh. That does sound good. But all I have right now is water. Alright. And now we get to climb the mountain. Hiya, big boy. Get out of the way of that. Okay. Gonna save before this, because this could go very badly. We'll see. Who should we lead with? Oh, there's the red chain. Look, the chain said to bind the legendary Pokemon that created Hisui. I have 32 wisps too. Interesting. Gonna make some now. Nice! Lucky! Lucky indeed. Alright. Well... what does he lead with? I forget. Oh well, we'll just have to figure it out. I'll send out Voltorb first. Scout the opponent. Benny, what are you doing here? You come to serve potato mochi, friend? Oh, still alive and kicking? Sorry about having to shutter the wallflower. I'd much rather be there now, serving up some freshly grilled potato mochi. But that taskmaster Kamado's gone and left me to oversee our food supply. He always finds a way to put even these old bones to work. While I'm handling that, I suppose I'll handle you as well. Time we got rid of you once and for all. Benny, I don't understand. What's going on? I'm one of your most loyal customers. I'll make myself plain. As Kamado's right hand, I'm in charge with executing all the gritty deeds Kamado can't or won't do himself. He's the executioner. Got it. I gave him my word to get rid of any fools that might dream of getting in the way of his plans. And besides, it's not just Kamado who longs to live in a new home free of fear or strife. Hi, buddy. His dream is mine now, too. You've seen my smoke bombs before, right? Well, this is how you're meant to use them. Transformation Jutsu! Ninja. I heard you managed to quell those nobles, one after another. Oh, did it ever make my blood run hot and my heart pound. At last. At last. One final opponent worthy of my great ninja techniques that have been left to molder all these long years. Yeah, he's a ninja! When did Phoenix become a Mafia target? Oh, it leads with Nefaggius. Okay. Voltorb was wrong choice then. What level are his Pokemon? Okay, 15s, 60s. We're about the same then. let's see. Yeah, we'll go with Thunderbolt to start. See if we can get the paralysis. Yeah, nice. Oh, is it gonna one-shot? It might. Wow, it does. Woof. Alright. Yeah, let's send out Sylveon, because Samurot's gonna get taken out by one of his other Pokemon. Yeah, that kills. Let's see. Sneasler. Oh, poison. Use quick attack is gonna attack again, isn't it? Dire Claw, yeah. Ouch. Alright, well, luckily I have Mismagius. One Psychic should absolutely destroy this Sneasler. It's a poison fighting type. Yup. And now it should just be Gardevoir and Gallade left, so... Okay, Gardevoir. Don't kill. Right, Mismagius' special defense is pretty high. Oh, and defenses were lowered. Great! Sure, let's see if that can kill. It's gonna be strong enough. Yeah, nice. Oh, got the Hot Cocoa shift? Nice. Now Gallade. Yeah. Ouch. Now, we should be able to... Okay. Da Bunny might be able to finish this. That should probably do it, I think. Yeah, one shot. Nice. Two weaknesses are mint, hot cocoa, and nachos. Plain cheese. Ooh, plain cheese. That's... I like your way of thinking. Not many people go for, like, the plain cheese with nachos. It always needs to be stacked high, which I will admit are good if you have, like, you know, a lot of meat, some hot peppers on there, along with the cheese, but just plain cheese nachos are very, very good. Unfortunately, though, with the other one, I personally am not a fan of mint, so I agree with the hot cocoa part, though. Things are very loud right now? From stream or from other things, Shad? But I'm sorry that they're loud. I hope things get better. Or that they quiet down. Nice. Very good, young one. Very good indeed. It's only a foolish ninja who tries to keep after a target they know they cannot beat. And to be honest, I don't hate you. Might actually like you after a fashion. At least for the skill you've shown in battle. Witnessing destruction of the teachers in a student versus teacher volleyball match? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry you haven't found your ring yet. I hope you do find it soon. But the teacher's losing against the students. Interesting. Yeah, it is sad that you lost your ring. I hope you are able to find it, or that it shows up in the Lost and Found or something. But listen well, Zelina. Pokemon are truly terrifying creatures. Kamado and I saw our hometown burned to the ground by maddened Pokemon running amok. We lost plenty of friends and comrades that day. That's why Kamado came here to Hisui, to try and build a new home where people could live free from fear. But to achieve something truly great, you sometimes have to take extreme actions. If, hypothetical as it may be, a Pokemon were to appear from within that space-time rift, Kamado might lose hold of his reason. Save Kamado from himself, by force if you must. Do that, and I'll stuff you full of more delicious potato mochi than a human stomach can handle. Great, so you're still trying to kill me. Good to know. What is it that... Kamado leads with. I think it's a Clefable? Yeah, if it's a Clefable, then Samurot's the right choice, because Poison Jab should be able to kill it. Good hot cocoa? Glad to hear it, Shift. Seeing you put the emotes in really makes me want to get the emotes of my own. One day. One day. Hopefully one day soon. Oh. You actually have supplies for sale. Oh, Ultra Balls. I shall take some of those. Shouldn't need anything else, though. I think I'll be alright. You better take that red tank to the top of the mountain. Pokemon threatening to descend on the peak any moment now. I think it may be Almighty Sinnoh. But all this has to be stopped. And you're the only one who can do it. Almighty Sinnoh seems to be nearly here, but still, the commander obstructs us. One emoji could be Zelina with glowing purple sparkles for eyes. Yeah, I'm planning on that one going to be like the stare emote, like the death stare. Just Zelina with her eyes glowing purple. Someone, you know, pissed her off maybe by insulting Sarah or something like that, and then she's just staring them down. That's my idea for one of them, at least. I have ideas for a few others. And here's Commander Kamado, fully decked out in armor. You again. I've heard that this red chain of yours will bind the world. I assume that to bind the worlds mean to hold it together, keep it as it's meant to be. A welcome idea, but can I truly put my faith in such tales? Trust me, it'll be fine. Please, be reasonable. I understand you're bound to protect your people as commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. I have some duty towards my clan, or the same duty towards my clan. But doubting Zelina like this, you're not just wrong, you're a fool. A fool of a toque. Perhaps you are right. But if I were simply to place my faith in this girl, and that faith were to be betrayed, then how could I possibly face my people? I mean, you have like half of the people of the region right now vying for your opponent, so, you know, maybe rethink things. You may think you're the only one desperate to protect the people of Jubilife, but you're not. She's putting her own life at risk, too. Why purple? Because her eyes glow purple when she's using her semblance. And her eyes are colored purple. Not, I mean, not necessarily Venom, but maybe. I kind of went with just because purple and green are somewhat opposing colors. I know they're not directly opposed to one another, but yeah. Yeah. Let fate decide what happens next. Whichever of us is stronger will prevail. Face me with your Pokemon, Zelina. Today we battle in earnest. The mustachioed menace takes the field. Oh, he starts with Braviary. Okay, well, still. Samurot's gonna hurt this thing. Will that be enough to kill it in one shot? No, it's not. Hey, Pokeloon, how's it going? Yeah. Oh wow, Braviary died from that, huh? Wow. Yeah, Poison Jab. Oh, he has potions too, huh? Alright, well, I'll just keep stabbing the fairy then. And this one, crit. Max potion was useless. But got him to burn one of them, so that's good. Oh, he recalled it. Okay. I looked over at chat for a moment and then it was gone. Let's see. Go with Aqua Jet. It's probably not going to do much. Yeah, not at all. Let's go with another Aqua Jet, because I don't think Snorlax will be able to kill. That's probably going to kill. Yep, that killed. Okay, then. Well, time to swap in the bunny! And the bunny should be able to knock it in one. So close. Okay. But luckily, Giga Impact slowed it down, so we'll just use a Water Pulse. Now, is it going to be Braviary again? No, Golem. You just saw me use Water Pulse. Oh no, it's using a Strong Style. Does that mean he sees the kill? Yeah, he saw the kill. Ruh-roh. Recoil did some damage, though. Let's see. Yeah, Arcanine probably not the best choice. I guess Voltorb? Or Sylveon, actually. Yeah, Sylveon's probably a good choice. And then once it takes out Golem, Braviary will next. Shadow Ball will take care of it. Excellent. Perfect. Shouldn't do much. Nope. Oh, it attacks twice. How dare. Now you die. Goodbye, bird. Excellent. He accepts his defeat. Pokemon that threatens life out here must be eliminated. Okay, but that's not me. I'm not the one threatening life. Truly are a force to be reckoned with. On your knees. The fates have decided. I concede, and I apologize sincerely for doubting you. I know I have no right to ask it of you any longer, but please use that strength of yours for the sake of the Galaxy Expedition Team. No, for the sake of the Celestica people and all the Pokemon living in Hisui. It's what I was trying to do the whole time, buddy. But he doesn't want... he didn't want to listen to reason until we beat some sense into him. And now, we get to see some cutscenes. Come on, now's the time to use the red chain. What? Wait! What is this? There's a voice in my head. No. In my heart? It's speaking to me. You hold the red chain. Try to catch me then. Whoa, Irida, do you hear what you're saying? Catch you? Almighty Sinnoh. I think Almighty Sinnoh may be speaking to me. Nah, Irida just has a crush. That's all she's saying. It's telling me, you hold the red chain. Try to catch me then, for the fight to come. Take these. Ultra Balls? Yeah. Here we go. God, is that you? One of them. And let's send a 15-year-old girl to go take her out. And now the chain just breaks apart. Ruh-roh! We don't have the Snorlax, but this is only a minor god, not the god. So there's still time. Ow. Probably not the best attack to use since it does extra damage. That was a crit, too. Well, let's just see if that was enough to weaken it. Catch rates are vastly increased in this game, so... maybe. Nope, okay. Won't be caught so easily. Ow. Oh, it crit too. That's just rude. Let's see. Let's send out the Bane of all dragons, Sylveon. How did the Team Galactic pull this off in the future? I don't know. Honestly. Got lucky? Well, they pulled it off by, they crafted the red chain themselves by forcibly taking the crystals from the 3 lake spirits. And at one of the lakes, they just used bombs to blow the thing up. Let's see. Unfortunately, we cannot kill it. It'll throw us back into the battle again, so we have to catch it here. If we just keep throwing Ultra Balls, eventually it'll stay caught. Presumably. Maybe now? There we go. And now we caught a god. She caught it, right? She caught Almighty Sinnoh? The red chain's been shattered, but we've still got the Pokemon of the Lakes to thank for getting this far. Well done, Zelina. Masterfully handled. I was watching this whole time as you battled and caught your way to a simply stunning victory. You're truly the pride of the Survey Corps, not you, Ray. It's all because she had me to show her the ropes when she first got here. No. What do you mean, how? What, that it was just caught that easily? Yeah, the catch rates are vastly increased in this game. I can hear Almighty Sinnoh. No, it's called Palkia. Mighty Palkia is speaking to me in my mind. Shift craves chaos. Space-time grows chaotic. The power fails, the frenzied one. It comes now to fight. That is why I am here. You're telling me there's another one? But the red chain's smashed to bits. No way even Zelina could tackle another Pokemon as strong as that one now. You know, just give me a chance. Give me a chance. Ruh-roh. Run for it! Considering both Palkia and Dialga have the ability to tear through space-time, there shouldn't be any running from you. All of you, we must vacate this. Forget the fancy talk. Book it! Come on! We gotta make it back to the summit camp while we still can. We need to leave before this other almighty Sinnoh decides it wants to fight. We can't just leave it here. You dunce, you won't be any use to anybody if you die up here on this mountain. What are you waiting for? I'm telling you, we gotta get gone. The bunny is the true god. Oh no. Well, we know what Velvet worships. The thick thighs. Such dreadful power. It's certainly beyond our current capabilities to survey such a creature. I'm amazed you even managed to stay on your feet before it. Do you notice the energy pouring out of it? It seems like it was a buildup of the same energy which caused the strange lightning that threw the noble Pokemon into their frenzied states. So our two clans were truly following a different almighty Sinnoh, but both were real? What a shocking turn of events. And, alright. Must apologize from the bottom of my heart. To both of you as fellow leaders. You saw the truth that I could not. You never abandoned your trust in Zelina. And to you. I acted on ill-considered presumptions that drove you from the Galaxy team, forcing you into great hardships alone. Despite that, you still strove to save all of Hisui. Yep. Okay, calm down, you two. Well, it's not like we just sit back and ignore the space-time rift. We understood, Commander, that you had your reasons as you did. Might I suggest we return to the matter at hand? We left things in quite a state up at the temple. That's the stuff. You'd rather face what's in front of you than dwell in the past. Well, yeah, considering there's a time-altering god that's just sitting atop the mountain, and the sky's still red, doom is still on the horizon, yeah. Maybe focus on what the plan... No, don't abuse the mod powers. That's not okay. A dependable attitude indeed. Yes, let us move on. No need to speak any further about my rash actions. Not to mention my loss of composure. Since having Zelina about has been a good influence on us all. Strong enough to defeat any new opponent. Forget the red chain, bro. It'll be alright, armed with the knowledge Mighty Palkia imparted to me. Pokemon who talked to you? Told me its name, but that's not all. It's also told me this. The Stone of Creation's beginning. The Chain of Red. The Vessel of Humankind's invention. Unite these three and calm the chaos now disturbing the flow of time. Then, Mighty Palkia must go with us back to the temple, it said. Well, Chain of Red is in pieces now, but little bits will do. I gathered those. Vessel of Humankind's invention? Probably a Pokeball. If you do time of development, you'll no longer get any presents. Oh no. Stone of Creation's beginning. Yeah, get Leon. He'll know. Find resource. Any idea what it could be? Upon my word, perhaps I do. Could you lend me those plates you received from Weirdeer and the others? Oh, you want to take a look at the soap? You need to have a bath? Is that what you're doing to prepare for the end of the world? Was it Volo said that had a message engraved upon them? The soap holds the secrets for all. Here on the back of the Earth plate it says, when the universe was created, its shards became this plate. I think this may hint at what we need. The ultimate bubble bath, yeah. Don't you see as much search for stone, or rather, ore, I suppose, that shares the same material properties as these plates. In fact, I believe young Leon might know just where to find such a thing. As he said, he'd been investigating that at Volo's urging. Volo was curious about the origin of the plates too, huh? You don't say. Volo's fellows sure come around the Diamond Clan settlement asking about those plates before too. It seems like a lead worth following. Oh, blissfully ignorant, all of you. Search for the Stone of Creation's beginning, although that name is rather a mouthful. What do you say? Let's just call it the Origin Ore. I think he calls Leon here and we don't have to go fetch him, right? Invitation never came. So decided you... So I decided to honor you all with an unsolicited visit. Be glad and rejoice. No. Get lost and be gone. Is, I think the words that you need to hear, Melly. Now, Adaman, I see all these other louts have their little tasks to be getting on with, but what of the great Melly? What's my role in all this? Stand in a corner. Show a shred of respect. Fine, whatever. Just hurry up and give me a job, great leader. Make it a good one. Ugh. You want a job? Fine. Support the others. All the other wardens are busy looking after their nobles and keeping people of our clans from panicking. Take a hint. Oh, you silly foolish boy. Don't you understand anything? Everyone has work they are suited to and work they are not. Good lord. Before I forget, it seems you weren't entirely useless after all, Galaxy Team Grunt. Well done, you. Dick. Take this as a token of appreciation. 3 candy truffles. Great. Thanks. Yeah, Melly, no one wants him. Absolutely. There's a pillar right over there. It'd be very easy to. I wish we could. I wish that was a game action we could take. Ugh. Yeesh. That ugly hat suits you as poorly as this important role does. I don't like this at all. I should be the one consulted for my wisdom. If you had any wisdom, Melly, 1, maybe you wouldn't run your mouth as much, and 2, maybe people would actually want to come and talk to you. Take the hint, though, because they don't. Hisui's ores and stones are a precious resource. Since I was first to realize that fact, it's only natural I should be the first consultant. Perhaps you'd like to take it up with Cleaver in battle, with that bumbling ball of yours. Excuse me? That bumbling ball is more than capable of zapping both you and that ugly bug of yours back, all the way back to your stupidly oversized tree. Shall we prove it to you now? If you had a brain between your ears, maybe someone would, yeah. Melly, give it a rest and play nice with the Pearl Clan folks for once, would you? Bigger things are at stake here. But Adam, man, everyone back home was all worked up because the Pearl Clan got to speak to Almighty Sinnoh, or Palkia, or whatever. Do you want them to hog all the glory? Like, Adaman really needs to just, Swift just, right upside the head, just quick smack. Feed him to an alpha, blood for the blood gods. All of it, yeah. The Primeval Grotto. And, it's gonna be, yeah, it'll probably be quicker to just fly there, huh? Rather than running all the way. There are plenty of different options in Hisui. It's such a dangerous land, after all. You could probably just throw a Bidoof at him and it'd take him out. Let Nora break his legs! Excellent option. I like it. Let's do that. Alright. Curious cave. I feel some extraordinary power here, as if the world itself was created in this very place. The only source of the ore in the entire game. Skill mining the strength of my Sligoo's moves. I think you'd better leave any extraction work up to us. Okay. We're going to have to ask you to stop right there. Look who it is. It's not like they realize that there's, I don't know, a different color in the sky, and maybe that some people are working to stop Calamity? Come on, who's there? We don't have any time to waste with Clover. We haven't seen you since you walked out on the clan. Where have you been? I don't have to tell you nothing. You carry on digging out that treasure you're after, and then you'll give it to us. I don't know why you even look surprised. It's not as if we're hard to follow. If you were hard to follow. What we seek may be as precious as treasure, but this isn't about how valuable it is. We needed to restore the sky to normal. Ernest Goody Two-Shoes act of yours is what made me leave the Pearl Clan in the first place. I don't care where any of you ran off, but won't let you get in his way. 3 of you, 3 of us. Let's go. Bring good luck to my sisters wherever I go, and ill luck to anyone that crosses our path. I'm the eldest, and I'll be your unlucky charm, especially in this, a battle of a lifetime. I just fought a god. You're not the battle of a lifetime. Don't flatter yourself. Samurott should be able to kill this thing, assuming it attacks first. Cool. Water Pulse. Yeah, let's go with Water Pulse. 4 times? Damn. Sweet. Yeah, 1 shot. Nice. Get in the ball. Is it still going, Daisy? Oh no. Oh, you finally finished it. Nice! I was playing in my head is hell of a blast. Luna saying, shut the fuck up while Melly is talking. Yeah. Sounds about right. Fight through the drowsy mist. Nice. Yeah. Both of her Pokemon just 1 shot. Good job, Bandit. Fight of a lifetime indeed. Well, I'm glad you were able to finish it, Daisy. Don't want to present tomorrow. Yeah, presenting sucks. But just think of it this way. After you're presented, it'll at least be the weekend, right? That's something. Come on, Clover. Why not come back? Times are changing. We're changing. We could really use someone as strong as you are. I've got no interest in living back in that place with all its stupid rules. Look, we'll let you keep your treasure this time, but you better do something about that sky. You're strong as ever. Maybe you really can do something about that monstrous creature atop the mountains. But even if you do, the next time we meet, you won't escape without a beating. And then they all disappear. Way too much stress. Yep. School has an unnecessary amount of stress associated with it. Team Rocket's blasting off again. Yeah. The coin that I remember never hesitated to help someone in need, even if she groused as she did so. I suspect they may have been worried about us, perhaps even wanting to help. Right, that's why they threatened to steal the ore. It's like, yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Oh, you're on fall break. Nice shift. Have some time off is always good. Able to distract some of the origin ore. And we get that. A single piece. Alright. You simply failed to recognize my skill. You ought to be praising my hard work. Right. Let's hurry back to the professor. Seems like the only thing lucky is in the internet department. How do you mean, Shift? You're not lucky in is the internet department. I mean, Daisy's the one who's had their internet crashing. Is yours crashing too? Stone of Creation spinning the origin aura. Feel an imposing aura. Could this be the feeling of the very origin itself? We need to ask since you brought that up, but origin of what exactly? Of everything by the sounds of it. No, it just sucks? Like your internet connection or just the internet in general? Because the internet in general, I would agree to that one. But is it your connection that you're referring to? It's all in pieces now, but this is what's left of the red chain. Splendid. Even in pieces, I think we'll find it still perfectly fit for its purpose. Next up, Zelina. Time for what we're calling that stone. Why do I need to hand it to Ray? Fragments of the chain collected with great personal risk by the Diamond Clan. Stone of Creation's beginning, which we only learned of thanks to the Pearl Clan. Now it's time for the Galaxy team to play its part and turn these items into a proper vessel. So, Ray, you are one of the team's greatest craftspeople. Could I ask you to do the honors? Are you sure about that one, Chief? May take us some time. So, internet connection. That's fair. But there'll always be the VOD too, I suppose, so... But, yeah, having a spotty internet connection is just not great for day-to-day purposes. If sitting back and waiting actually solves things, I'd sit forever, but that'd be using time well, unlike this. Everyone's just waiting. We've done it! It's complete! Eureka! The Origin Ball. Of age, as a good clan leader believed, should allow you to catch the Pokemon that has appeared at the Temple of Sinnoh. It's just a Cherish Ball. A slightly bulkier Cherish Ball. Singular, irreplaceable Pokeball. Look at the size of it, too. These Pokeballs of yours are full of wonders. To think the fate of all of Hisui could rest on something so tiny. It brings the two of you closer together. That voice is speaking in my mind. You mean Palkia? It appears that mighty Palkia is willing to lend its own strength to us in this battle. Pearl Clans already made Sinnoh. I guess I should call it Palkia. It's a fierce Pokemon. Yep. We'll go to the gate. Loading. There we go. Kogita! Here you are, ready to face your fate atop Mount Coronet. Seems a vicious battle might be awaiting you. Well, I go where I must. Now, hearken to my words, young ones. Time cannot be severed from space, nor space from time. The being you will encounter at the Temple of Sinnoh is Dialga, ruler of all time. If it is allowed to run wild, time itself will twist and bend it in Hisui, and eventually the very world may be broken. But you have the aid of its counterpart, Palkia, the ruler of space, and therein lies hope. Balance will be brought to time and space, and the world can once again be as it should. Where will the VOD be? The VOD of this stream? I don't know if I was necessarily planning on saving the Legends Arceus streams, but I'll be making a separate YouTube channel to start uploading the VODs on. Do you think I should save the VODs from the Legends Arceus streams? Because these were the ones I was mostly using to get accustomed to streaming. I can save them if you wish. If you guys think it would be useful to, I don't mind doing that. But I'll be creating a separate VODs channel for that. For saving the streams, I think Arrowfell I'm going to upload on my normal YouTube channel, just because it's Ruby related, and then everything else will just be uploading on a separate channel. Now, take Palkia at your side and make for the Temple of Sinnoh once more. Oh. Oh. Do I need to... Okay, so I need to go grab Palkia first, then go back. Go through the pastures. Oh, look. Just right there. I'll swap out the Voltorb. And now we can go. Wonder what snippets will be in the VODs? Well, I'm just going to upload the VODs directly, I think. Shift. I don't think I'm going to cut them down for the VODs channel, at least. I'm gonna try to make some edited videos like later on, but going through all the footage for games is gonna be a lot to cover. So I can't make any promises with specific edited videos. I'm gonna try to make a few videos on Ruby Arrowfell using the footage from playing through it, but yeah, I can't make any promises. But for now, before going off to this battle, I am just gonna go to the bathroom briefly, and then we'll be back to go to go fight another god. Yes, I will be playing other games. I'll be playing Legends of Zelda Breath of the Wild when it comes out. Obviously, I will be playing more Pokemon games, and I plan on doing Pokemon like Nuzlocke challenges in the future as well. But there's a few other games that I'd like to play as well. Super Mario Sunshine, for example, Fire Emblem games, Legend of Zelda games, and then I'm also open to recommendations as well for other games that people might like to see played. But yeah, there's a number of them on the list for sure. But I'll be back in a moment. Velvet, are you saying I should be quiet more often? Oh, we're about to fight another god, Daisy. We're about to enter another Dark Souls phase. Okay, we'll go through this entire conversation again. Now take Palkia at your side and make for the Temple of Sinnoh once more. I must say, this is quite an intriguing village. Perhaps I'll look around before I go. See what your clothier has to offer. This isn't the time for shopping. Well, I hardly have time for shopping if the world ends, will I, young man? Fair point. Alright, let's go. Wrong way. There we go. Loading, and now we can go up here. And now we are off to see the Wizard of Time. What are some of the sauciest merch you have since my room tour video? Like, how do you mean in terms of merch? Like more posters and things? Or do you mean just things I've acquired in general? Because I've acquired a few things. I have a few nice graded Pokemon cards that I've acquired as well. That I'm really happy with. Oh, hello, Volo. I know you can buy various sundries at the base camp, but I thought it might be more helpful if I set up here, closer to the temple. I want to have front row seats if there's a chance to see into the world of myth and legend. I'll probably be creeping even closer to the action once the battle actually begins. Right. Oh, but you won't have to worry about me. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. Besides, I know all too well the strength of you and your Pokemon. I've got no doubt you'll have this whole thing tied up in a neat bow before I could possibly be in any danger. Right. Yeah, just things I've acquired. Okay. Because recently I haven't really acquired much else to go around the room, considering most of my walls are mostly taken up. But I've acquired... I'm a TCG collector. I collect different trading card games. Pokemon, a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering as well. And most recently I've acquired a few more graded Pokemon cards since the room tour. Gonna go for now? Okay. See ya, Shift. I hope your internet improves as well. It sucks not having a good internet connection. I thought I had to eliminate any outside element that might threaten the people of Jubilife. Whether that meant banishing you or seeking to destroy the Pokemon of the temple, I felt it was my only path. But you've shown me that I was wrong to think in such a way. Are you ready for this challenge? Yes, let's go. In all of vast space, your place has found you. What in the world does that mean? The Pearl Clan saying reminds us that the occasions we must rise to are also stages where we may prove ourselves, where we might shine our brightest. So basically, you're saying not to feel nervous. I'm starting to see the appeal of how you Pearl Clan people think. In some situations, anyways. Go protect Hisui and her people. And here we go. Deep breaths before going to face the giant dragon. And the temple just exploded. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, Pokaloon. Go, Palkia! And now there's Dialga, the giant thing lodged in its throat. It became a horsey. And here we go, Dark Souls time. I don't remember the attack patterns. This is gonna be fun. Oh, fun. Great. Oh, what? Oh, I'm not even throwing the bombs at it. When did that switch? Okay, just keep jumping, hop over those. Get over there. Completely whiffed with those. Whoop. Okay. Hop over that. Is it just the 3 or is it going to be more than 3? Okay. Oh, God. And there we go. That was surprisingly easy. And now throw the glowing red Pokeball. Consumes God. And God is captured. Nice. And thus ends the main part of the storyline of this game. The temple's now destroyed, Spear Pillar has been created, and now we move on. The gods of both the Pearl Clan and the Diamond Clan are now safely stored away in their spherical prisons. She caught it. She really did it, didn't she? My eyes aren't lying, right? She actually went and caught it? Yes, oh, good show. What a catch. You contained the fearsome thing in the Origin Ball. Absolutely astounding as ever. Ray. No, I am not your protege. I've schooled you more than once already. Stop it. Get some help. And Kamado's crying. Yes, sniff. So even the commander sheds a tear now and then. Never thought I'd see the day. What a sight we have witnessed. Oh, I just threw both of them. I'm not sure it deserved a sumo throw. Well, at least it seems this is not a dream. Listen up! We've faced a calamity unlike any we have known, but we were able to overcome it by working as one. It calls for a celebration, a festival for us all. Gather your clans. This will be the greatest celebration Hisui has ever seen. All of us together, huh? Well, since it turns out we were both following a true almighty Sinnoh, I guess it's time we fight over who's wrong and who's right, our ancient history. Sure, ancestors would be shocked to see us agree, but this may well be the best path towards protecting the space while we all share. Hi, Cat. You want to get in on the party too, I see? For today dawns a new day for all of those living in the Hisui region. Oh, but there is still yet more to do. And now the credits roll. Curse the small pass out. Oh no! Yeah, you did miss the fighting of the gods. Yeah, unfortunately. There is still the third one, that is true. Well, I don't think it lets us skip this. So, yeah. So there's still going to be more story to complete later. I still end up having to catch all the Pokemon to then fight the true god of Hisui. But that'll have to be saved for a later date because Pokemon Scarlet keeps spacing out. I mean, it's 11:20 at night right now, Daisy. Considering you have to present tomorrow, should you not be asleep? because I think after the credits roll, I'm probably going to end stream as well, just so I can get a good night's sleep, because tomorrow we are going to be back streaming Pokemon Scarlet at noon tomorrow, so in 12 hours and 40 minutes from right now. And I know that people are going to have work, people are going to be at school, etc., but I'll be streaming tomorrow for probably 8 to 10 hours. So it's going to be a long stream tomorrow. By no means does anyone have to stay till the end, but I'm definitely going to need to get some sleep for that long of a stream. And then we're going to do the same thing again on Saturday and again on Sunday, because, well, it's a new Pokemon game, a new generation, and I'm looking forward to experiencing it. Hey Nin, welcome back. Everyone seems to be coming back right as the credits are rolling. We fought 2 gods, won and captured them both in spherical prisons. We've completed the main story of Pokemon Legends Arceus now. You'll be here, have nothing to do? Well, I appreciate the company, Velvet. Yeah, you missed the Dark Souls encounter against Dialga. Popped in right after I was fighting Dialga. Yeah, that was probably going to be the ending of stream. Be able to catch the first 5.5 hours tomorrow before my night job. Okay, Pokaloon. Well, I look forward to seeing you then. In like 12 hours, a little bit over 12 hours. I'm curious to see what the game's like. I know people are already streaming it, but I've been avoiding most of the spoilers so far. Oh, you'll probably be here too, Rail. Nice. Noon tomorrow. So in 12 hours and 38 minutes from right now. If you had access to Jim and Ambrosius, what would be your 3 questions and what would you make? Ooh. I don't know. Because Ambrosius, whatever you make is temporary, right? So I'm not sure. As for what questions... Because considering that Jin stops time, you could always just ask a single question like, what is the history of everything in the world? It would take a long time for her to show you that, but it would literally answer pretty much every question. Oh, look, God is calling. Hello, God. Seek out all Pokemon. That's all he says. Or all it says. So, yeah. Ambrosius is permanent. Yep, permanent until the next question, but that's still temporary. Assuming Ambrosius existed, then Ambrosius... But, make a machine that makes machines that make ice cream. Yeah, I guess that could be a loophole. Yeah, you could create something with Ambrosius that makes something else using existing materials, and then those things would stay, but the original thing, or the overall apparatus, would disappear. I know Ambrosius has nothing to do with the questions, but it was like until the next request is made of him, I think is what is meant then. But yeah. Anyways, I think this is where I'm gonna call stream, because I want to go to sleep in a timely manner, and then be ready for a stream tomorrow, because it's going to be a lot of fun, and also the longest stream I will have done thus far. So I want to be able to remain conscious and able to keep thinking coherently throughout all of it. By the end of the weekend, I have a feeling I'm going to be completely exhausted, but yeah. Your own Litten will keep you warm. Yeah. The only problem is he doesn't like to keep still whenever I'm sleeping, so he normally has to go sleep in his own bed. But, yeah, I will at this point say good night to everyone, and I hope to see you all tomorrow, if even just for a little bit. you know, it'd be nice to see you stop by, say hi, but I know everyone else has their own things that they're going to be doing, so, you know, there'll be plenty of time to tune in over the weekend. But in the meantime, I'll see you, and thank you all for watching. Have a good night, everyone.